My throat is not happy with the Big Mama pickle.
Yeah, that pickle throat.
That pickle throat.
I just remembered when we said we were looking for the lieutenant. It took me a while to get there, but I just had a brain blast. I remember now. Anyway, continue.
Alrighty, my guys. So, as you guys head down into that chamber, is there anything that anybody in the group would like to do? I'm gonna switch. Oh, heckin', thank you for the sub and the compliment about streaming and abridging and stuff. Kid Phantom.
Aww.
I'm gonna switch us over to here, and I'm not gonna look at chat now. Hacha. As you were, if you wanna. So, Avi, you would be adjacent to Fenris and Lexi.
I'd lean into Lexi in such a way to not kind of be heard by Fenris, if it's possible.
What? Talking shit? No.
Of course.
Hayden, you could do the thing that we keep saying that we could do, but we never do. Because we're both rogues.
Oh my god. I could do the thing.
Oh, you
I'll
bitches.
remind you that thieves' cant is not a full
know.
language.
Yeah,
It's
but
not.
shut up!
It's a way
Like-
to be like, danger ahead.
Yeah, but
I
if it's
guess.
secret. It's secret code talk.
secret.
Yeah.
Let us have this, Logan.
Let's have this.
I literally can't. If I let it have you
I
have this
know.
now, then you have this in every other conceivable situation.
I know. Fine. Using certain gestures that are known in Thieves' Cant.
There you go.
There you go. I'll lean into Lexi, just... I know we found what we did with what Wrench saw, but keep an eye on Fenris.
Okay.
I'm not fully convinced of what we saw, and I'm worried about her.
Me too.
Just keep an eye on her.
Okay. I will.
That's it, and I'll move back in to stand beside Marion.
Pickle, long ear, radish, fire, flutter butterfly, up arrow.
Spanner.
Makes the gesture
Up,
for the
up, down,
baseball
down,
hat.
right.
That's your thieves' cant.
There you go. we did the up, down, left, right, eh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Fenris is just watching this, confused.
DDRing as you walk, just aggressively gesturing, and everybody else is like, uh-huh.
Bobby's just doing the fucking Macarena over here.
Okay.
I put the GIF in chat for what we're doing.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Yes.
Anyway.
I just
Yes.
stare at them with the most confounded look. And once again, I look at the King of Lions and shrug.
Hell yeah.
They shrug. Light cuts out as you go down this staircase, which is wide enough, certainly, that you guys could stay in formation. It does narrow as you descend. As I mentioned before, the material that the building is made out of changes as you go down. Previously, it had been made of more weathered stone. As you come into here, it seems to be more like a black marble substance that seems to have been built much later and in a different style than the Bastille above. As you head down, and there's no more light, you find that even those of you with dark vision, you cannot see. There is a period on these stairs where you enter into complete darkness, and even those that are able to normally see in the dark, you find you're also lost in total blackness.
Even me?
Even
Does
you.
does that extend to Devil Sight?
Even the phrase was even those who can see in darkness.
Okay.
What was the order? Was Taguchi in front of me?
Also,
We're side by side.
yo, Spencer,
That's me.
reactive image, bro.
I thought I changed it.
It's still
What
Arden,
happened?
buddy.
What? I changed it.
Arden's
though. What
sitting
the
there
fuck?
behind Fenris, having a good
I
time.
changed it.
Making a
Oh my
sweet
God.
cameo.
My goodness.
Making a great cameo today, I see.
Fucking Arden Doyle out here
No
trying
complaints.
to steal the
Yeah.
show.
No.
I like kind of just start patting next to me, knowing where Taguchi was, and I try to like grab onto like something.
Aw.
I
Hey, I'm
will,
small. If I fall, I'm gone. If,
Yeah, but
if
are-
Taguchi falls, at least people will trip over him.
Like, are we
Fenris-
like still going downstairs?
Yep.
Oh my god, this is so fucking dangerous, y'all. Oh
Fenris will use thaumaturgy to make a little flame in her hand. Does that make light here?
Nope. As you try to create light, you
Uh.
feel the effect of the magic taking hold. but no light seems to be produced.
And you
Even
said
if
even I can't see through this darkness.
Nobody can see in it.
I will push my body up against Taguchi's in front of me.
I trip and fall.
Hold on to it.
Oh no!
I mean,
That means I trip and fall.
well, hold on.
The
hold
three
on.
of us tumble down.
Hold on here, because I took down your marching order, but I think it's worth noting, heckin' Cody, that the order I have you placed in is this.
I was about to post it.
Oh, so you start feeling up poor Wrench.
But
Oh,
I'm
no.
always behind Taguchi.
So I end up falling regardless.
I'm always behind Taguchi, man.
Sucks to suck, doesn't it?
I mean,
fucking hate it here.
That's where he put himself. That's where he puts himself. I suppose I'll just have to lean again. Ah! He fucking falls over Wrench. No.
Okay.
Another-
No, probably wouldn't work. I would still try to light up the sunblade.
When you do, no light is produced.
Okay.
I would, so I'm going to try. Marion would try and dispel the darkness.
As you do, you expend the spell slot, but you find there is no target for the magic to attempt to dispel. You try to cast it in general, you find it doesn't take hold. Whatever this is, it doesn't seem to be... It's either not magical in nature, or it's so far beyond your pay grade that there's no hope of dispelling it.
Either it is powerful, or it's not arcane.
It doesn't look like we're gonna be here much longer.
Do you think it could just be innate to the area?
Would
Most
be-
likely.
Maybe it's just this staircase.
Well, even I can't see. I can see through magical darkness. This
Same.
is...
Avi would extend her wings slightly behind her to let them kind of drag along the walls, just to get a sense of like
Like
how much
whiskers.
space they're in. Yeah, kind of like whiskers,
Mhm.
That's
but
really
like
cool.
using her wings to do so.
Smart.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. As you guys continue to proceed downward, making sure that you can maintain contact with the walls, however you are, maintain contact with each other. You eventually come down to the bottom. You feel like you moved a considerable distance. You know that you're at least another 100 feet or so below ground, if not more, from where you were. As you come to the end of the staircase, you enter into what seems to be a large circular room. There is light within it. There's a series of fire pots that line the sides of this room, and at the center, there's this very large brazier that has flames burning within it. All the flames within it, I'm going to show you the map, and it's going to look red. They're silver. All the flames within this room are this pale, ghostly, almost oppressed silver color, and all the flames flicker as if they could go out at any second. There's enough room to see. The ground is this smooth, tiled black material that, again, feels very well refined, but it's almost slippery how smooth it is. As you enter into this place, it's unsettling. Despite there being torches, you feel neither warm nor cold. Your bodies seem to feel nothing, as if there's no temperature to be had. You feel like you're gliding through space, absently, in a way that makes it feel like you could lift off the ground at any second, even though your weight hasn't changed. And there's also this emotional feeling that comes over you, where you feel, as soon as you step into the room, downplayed, like everything you feel seems to almost be suppressed, leaving you with this feeling of insignificance and uncertainty, just from being within it. On the two sides of the circular room, and I will give you a map in a second, on the two sides of this room, there appear to be two hallways that split off, that each look like they're symmetrical, and they each seem to split off again in a direction going up or down. I'm going to give you a map. Those of you that are in the hunted, once again, your skin is crawling being in here.
Ow.
Red, don't die.
Stupid
Oh, okay,
wall.
never mind.
The flames, you said they're silver. Do they look like the silver fire that Flux produces, or like something?
In coloration, they are silver flames, so they do match it in that. But when you use your silver flames, they have this this almost radiance, this like majesty to them that makes them feel more alive. They have like little flecks of arcane energy that come off of them. These ones don't seem to have that. They seem to be just fire that is burning ghostly, less like it's silver and more like all of the color was extracted from the flames,
Gotcha.
as if they're burning in grayscale.
This
Oh.
feels like we shouldn't be down here that long.
Mhm.
And then again, whenever it refocuses, like when you move your eyes to look at something else, it reasserts itself. Color goes back to normal.
Oh, okay.
Huh.
So don't stare at me.
Peculiar. I would advise against staring at these flames for too long. They seem to have a unsettling effect on my vision.
Flux, roll
Like what?
investigation. You chose to look right at the flames. Go ahead. We might just cut to it. Roll investigation.
Hey.
16. You notice that the central fire pot in the room, when you look at it for long enough, shapes seem to begin dancing within it. Like the flames occasionally will flicker and depict these generalized, kind of abstract forms that seem to depict various conflicts, battles, individuals speaking to one another. Various numbers of figures. They flicker. None of them remain in place for more than a few seconds. For a brief moment. And you don't know what you're looking at until it's gone. But you see something that just barely flashes and registers as familiar among the images that you see. But before you can tell what it is, it's gone. Leaving you only with the impression that something you saw within the flames was known to you.
Oh, no, wait, come back. Come on, please, please. Ow. I just stare at it for a bit more, like hoping that like the image will loop or something like that.
Flux, are you going crazy again?
Don't get your hopes up.
I will not rule out the possibility, but I believe I saw something familiar in these flames. They seem to be forming shapes. Do you see them too?
Well, I'm a bit of a
Yeah,
fire expert myself.
If any of you pay close attention to the flames, you would notice that, yeah, small images seem to paint themselves. It looks to be mostly images of different conflicts that have occurred between individuals of various shapes and sizes, numbers, forces, using different means. Some arcane, some look like military strikes, some look like one-on-one battles or duels between people. Those among the hunted. Roll, if you would, please. Roll me perception. Fenris, do so with advantage. And also Alejandro. Also Alejandro, is it working for you?
Yes, it is working, but do I also roll?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
just
for
asking, 'cause I
clarity,
technically haven't been-
when I say you among the hunted, I will mean you. If I don't mean you, I will say except Alejandro.
Okay, cool.
Or accept
And just roll...
Perception.
Yeah, but no advantage or anything?
No, not for you.
Advantage for Fanny.
I'm gonna add a knowledge.
Woo!
I need it anyway.
Go ahead, Spencer.
God.
4, so 20.
So Wrench, Fenris, and Tag. You guys would see, once again, as it moves, you catch the same image you saw Flux catch. And you recognize it. Wrench, you particularly with the way your eye works, you're very perceptive. You notice that one of the flickering images that you see seems to be this abstract representation of two relatively feminine figures, one being struck with and struck down by a very large hammer, in what seems to be the conclusion to some encounter that happened, and you realize that what you're looking at is a representation of the fight that just concluded with Ravissimo.
Whoa. Oh, this is great. You gotta see a replay.
That is strange. This fire seems to have recorded what happened.
Yeah. And how come it didn't show me spit at her?
What?
What? I think it was a pretty memorable moment.
As you look at it, many of the forms that come and go you don't recognize. Two things, Fenris, that you notice. The first is you do notice within the flames briefly a figure that you, for a second, you can't quite place where you've seen them before. A very large, feminine but very muscular figure with this flaming hair and pair of large horns that stretch out from their head in this incredibly imposing way. You realize the figure that you see, you saw once before when you were having visions of Honokuni before you arrived. If you remember, I shared an image of a character a long time ago with you.
Yeah, I don't remember it. If you want to share it with me again, I'd love to see it.
I could share it with you again. Give me 1 second. You notice that you see that. You see a conflict going on between them and what appears to be a figure that you recognize as the King of Lions. but it doesn't conclude or go anywhere.
Oh, huh.
And then as you're looking for it, as you're looking for images of tribulation, you do see an image of what appears to be the various members of your party, those of the hunted specifically, in the positions they would have been in, fighting against tribulation. There's a couple other instances where you'd see them battling other people. Mostly you see the imposing image of their nightmare, the horse they ride, and them pouncing upon and destroying others with their lance. But the one you do recognize is a part of the conflict before, when tribulation was fighting against you.
Freaking tree sentinel.
Huh. It seems that this registers the battles between the hunted and the table members. Speaking of which, I hate to be asking so many questions, but such is the nature. Hey, yo, can I look for that person who keeps showing up in my dreams?
Ooh.
Well, horn.
You don't feel like you catch any images of them. Some of these images go by so fast that it's hard to make heads or tails of them. And in some of them, the figures are so abstract, you can't quite tell what's going on. That's why the characters like Tribulation and the person that you saw before, who I shared the image, it got to you, right? They're a bit easier to pick out because they have such striking silhouettes. A lot of figures like the one you're looking for, without any real defining features, a lot of them just look like humanoids.
Right.
But you unfortunately don't manage to pick up on the figure that you feel like you've been seeing.
If you're like leaning into the fire, Fanny, I'd be kind of like pulling you back a little bit, just making sure you don't get burnt.
Thank you, Lexi. Huh.
It's okay, just be careful.
Avi. You see, I'm gonna have to determine. You see, as you're talking to Lexi, you notice that the flames in this room, the various fire pots that are here, seem to be casting light in such a way that most shadows do not seem to be able to take hold. The room is like evenly illuminated in such a way where there's not much in the way of shadows, at least in the center of the room. As you're talking to Lexi, and as you guys are communicating, you briefly notice they seem to have a shadow that is stronger than everybody else's, as if defying the light that's cast on it.
Oh, no.
And not only that, but it seems to stretch off behind them, and it seems taller, and to have a different silhouette than Lexi.
What? I brought a demon with me, you guys.
What does the silhouette look like in comparison to Lexi?
It looks feminine in form. Its details are a bit strange. As you focus on it for just a moment, and you try to investigate it, you notice that the relatively feminine, slender figure of this shadow seems to shift slightly from moment to moment. Not greatly, but it seems to change as if it is sort of breaking apart and reconstructing itself. Kind of like as if the shadow was under the effects of the blur spell. As you notice it, and as you take a second to inspect it, you see the shadow, where its head would be, seems to turn, as if looking over towards you, as if it notices you noticing it. And you see two spots within the shadow that open up as if there were eyes within it, very briefly. These very light blue, pupilless eyes seem to open. Reactively, you pull back slightly. And when you do, it seems to just hold its gaze on you.
Do I notice her reacting like that?
Yep. You guys would notice Avi would be taken aback slightly.
What's the matter?
You alright?
I'm going to look at the shadow and keep my eyes locked on it.
Well, if you're going to watch us, you might as well introduce yourself if you're able to.
I turn around, like looking to where her eyes are looking.
You don't see anything, Lexi?
I figured.
As they turn, though, the shadow seems to turn as if it's following Lexi's movements, but detached from the angle they should be standing at. And as they do, it seems to realign itself so the shadow is pointing in your direction, Aviana. And then slowly, it begins moving. As if light were casting it in such a way that it should extend it, it begins slowly moving across the ground towards you.
Are any of us seeing this?
No. Anybody who tries to pay attention to what Avi's seeing does not see it. Slowly, the shadow is creeping towards you, extending out from Lexi, moving in your direction. As it does so, you notice that what looks like a fine bit of black mist along the surface of the ground, just over where it is, begins to slowly rise up, as if the shadow is taking on a vaguely three-dimensional form.
Keep speaking, Avi. What's happening?
It looks like it's trying to form. And I find
what?
it just make itself a form.
Where?
I'm going to step back to almost give it room.
As you do,
Well, like, sorry.
as you step back, you notice that the shadow comes just close enough that it's about to come into contact with you, and rising up out of the shadow, you see this void-like physical shape that, after a second of looking at it, looks like not like a physical thing, it looks like just pure blackness in the shape of a hand coming up from the shadow, reaching towards you. As you step back, you feel yourself bump into something behind you, something solid.
I will slowly tuck in my wings and turn.
You turn. You see nothing behind you. When you look back, the shadow's gone.
Seems like it's gone, but there was something behind me. There might be something here.
Can I like investigate Aviana with my eyelight to see if anything's different about her?
Sure, as you do. As you look at Aviana, you don't find there's any major difference. No shadows. I assume you'd pay particular interest in that kind of thing because she mentioned it. No shadows.
Yeah.
Whatever she's talking about doesn't seem to be in the room. You can't see anything on her. She seems totally normal. The space she indicated something had been. If there were something invisible, you should be able to see it with true sight, and you can't.
As you're describing all that, I just imagine Wrench is like doing like a circular motion, like walking around Aviana, just looking up and down, just making sure. Now you look clean. That shadow doesn't seem to be like attached to you or anything.
Well, you couldn't see it either way, so.
Well, yeah, but you never know.
It's true. I don't like the way you're looking at me.
Look, I'm just making sure the shadow didn't get attached or whatever, or residue. I don't know how this thing works half the time.
Ooh, residue.
We should probably continue to investigate. Yes, Dagaji. I love you. I'm kidding.
I thought I dropped the L-bomb fast.
I'm just kidding. Wow.
I did do a just kidding, yes.
You did? Oh, shit.
Wow.
Is this a bad place to mention that I love Taguchi? Okay, it's not the right time. It's not the right time.
It seemed like the perfect
Well,
time.
the hells, this would be considered very romantic.
Maviana's gonna start heading this way. Looking at the brazier in front of us, are there any like runes or writing or anything?
Nope,
on
it is
it?
made of a blackish metal that seems to be devoid of most character. It looks old, but it doesn't seem to have any magical writing or anything on it. It's kind of the same sort of material you'd expect to see like those big traditional like cauldrons or like cooking pots in old settings made out of, like just a large black iron brazier.
Okay. Brazier. Brazier is a bra.
Yeah, it is.
My
Yep.
goodness.
No, I got myself. I caught
That's
it.
an over-the-shoulder boulder holder.
It's just a couple of big old fire boobs.
Logan,
Jumps
that's
into the fire boobs. I'm just
Logan, that's Fierna. Come
That's
on.
true. You're right.
Yeah.
I stand by my statement.
Lamau.
I hope the people at
Wrench
home are
jumps into
appreciating.
the fire boobs.
I hope the people at home are appreciating I'm using that chibi thing, so as I describe all the scary stuff, you guys get to watch a little chibi me light up.
No.
I'm gonna still head down that heckin' hallway.
Abby, don't go off on your own. Pat keeps saying you need to stay near him.
I'm with Avi.
Okay, there you go.
He's like, I know what I need to do now.
Yep.
The Tagachi has moved. I am the move.
Question, Logan. Would Wrench know how old Lexi is?
Not without being told.
All right, damn.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I just want to make a dumb joke, but okay.
I'll never fail.
Sorry.
It's all good. It's all good.
We don't make jokes here.
Yeah. This is not a joking
Alex.
space.
God.
Alejandro.
We're very
well,
Place of
sorry.
depression and
Wrench.
He's like, oh, sorry guys, leaves.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Rose, but Wrench copes with fear with comedy.
I see.
Oh, I get that, bitch.
Oh, sorry, yeah, before Nemric gets too far, I want to tap him on the shoulder and just whisper, like, if no one else is seeing what she is seeing, you were one of the first to notice when I was acting strangely. Does this seem familiar?
Well, she hasn't yelled at me in 5 minutes. I'd say she's probably crazy.
Oh, shit.
That is an excellent point.
Oh.
Let's keep our eyes open.
Enjoy a party where there can be members who it's like, well, they're acting more pleasant than usual. Yeah, no, I think they're insane.
I love it. Great.
As they all head around the corner after Avi, I'm going to go and put my hand inside the fire. Just to see what happens.
As you do, as you put your hand forward and you put your hand into it, it doesn't burn you. Nothing happens.
Just hold it there for a second and then follow after everyone else.
Wow.
All right.
I will start heading up this way.
I'll avoid the walls so I don't get stuck.
So as you come up into this hallway, you can just barely see to the end of a corridor. You can faintly see the black tiles at the end. There are 3 cell-like alcoves in this corridor, and you see each one has bars that run in front of it. Look like prison bars, but they're not arranged to have a door. You don't, from the angle you're at, you don't see much of anything else within them. As you pass by them, you see that each of these cells seems to be, though the spaces on the map are 5 feet, the cells themselves are roughly 8 feet-ish around, seem to be cuboid cells that, each of which, that you pass, as you pass all 3 of them, seems to contain a different mirror. The first one you pass is this large circular mirror placed against the far wall that seems to have a scratched up gold frame. As you pass by, it's dark enough that you don't catch a reflection in it, because even though you can see in the dark, light is required for reflections to properly occur. The second one that you pass catches your eye somewhat. It seems to be split into several different panels that are placed in such a way that you would be able to look at yourself at several different angles at once if you were to see it, but it is locked behind there. You also notice this faint arcane shimmer that runs along its surface. And then the final one, as you briefly pass by it, you see that there's a large 8-foot tall mirror that has a brass frame to it. There's this, the frame takes this abstract phoenix motif at the top with wings that spread out and seem to like curl in around the sides of it. And the mirror itself, the reflective surface, has a red hue.
Oh.
If I had to guess, I'd say these hold some sort of magic.
No doubt.
Especially this one. And I'll gesture to the second mirror.
Is that the one with all the, like, the angles and stuff?
Yes, that is the one that looks like a full body kind of beauty mirror.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's hard to make anything out with them. We'd require some light to be able to see anything different. If you want to chance it.
I don't know. You want to be our guest?
Well, I have wanted to see how dreadful I look
May-
since coming to this place.
Maybe we investigate the rest of this place before we start touching things that could kill us.
Tagachi, you're really bringing up that point now. Do you know the people you're with?
Barely.
The Touch It Squad.
Terrible fucking name.
We no
terrible
longer have
fucking name.
crowbars.
Tagachi, I didn't want to touch anything. I just wanted to bring a little bit of light into here. Looking to Tagachi for permission.
Wow.
I'm not your dad.
I don't want to
I've already
upset
got enough
Tagachi.
kids.
He's my only friend. I'm kidding.
How are you?
I am, and I would like to summon a small little flame if I can.
May I ask which of the cells you would like to ignite this flame in front of?
It would be the middle one because he'd be looking at this like, oh, I can see myself in all different angles. I can see how
You would
dreadful I
have
look.
to. I will note that to properly utilize it, you'd have to be in the cell, kind of like within the central part of the mirror to see yourself in all three of them. But you can generally see a reflection of them. As you light it in front of that one, the light reaches in. You can properly see your reflection. You notice that you, and those around you, if they are standing near you, seem to look more bland than usual. Your defining features seem to be washed out. You, nothing remarkable about you remains in your reflection. All materials on you seem to be more plain than they otherwise would be.
Oh, this is terrible. I hate this.
Why? What's wrong?
This one... I was joking whenever I said I wanted to see how dreadful I look, but it even makes the rest of you look even more dreadful. It's like it's muting us in some way.
Gee, thanks.
Oh, you look so much better without the mirror. Don't worry, Wrench.
He just... Okay, this is not a joke. He looks like an actual raccoon.
My God.
On all fours?
On the ground. Like he looks like a raccoon that's standing up on its hind legs.
I step in front of
But he
Lexi
doesn't
to protect her.
but he does not have human proportions, like humanoid proportions. He looks like a raccoon that is standing up on its hind legs.
Cute.
Lexi,
I look to Wrench, look back to the middle, look back to Wrench.
What do I look like?
Lexi doesn't look like a fox, if that's what you're asking, but Lexi does, again, does look more muted, like her clothes are more plain. She looks less exciting. All the more colorful elements of her clothing seem to be these dull grays and blues.
This is not doing any of us any favors, especially Wrench.
What? What do you mean?
I'm just
Well, with the light
you look
ignited,
terrible.
Wrench, you'd be able to see it as well.
Wrench, here, come here, come close. Look, you look terrible.
Oh my God.
It's just like an uncannily photo, like realistic looking raccoon.
I hate this
Oh
place.
my God.
I want to get out.
Let's take you away from here. Let's go to the other one. I'm gonna like kind of like move him over toward the Phoenix.
Avi's gonna draw Vox Victoria and just see how
It
that
has
looks.
the appearance of a plain short sword when you draw it.
Huh. Interesting.
Hanging, I would have had this unblade out this entire time.
It would again just look like a plain short sword.
Huh.
If you drag Wrench over in front of the, you said the Phoenix one?
Yeah, the both of us are going over there. I can't bear to see my friends this way.
As you walk over towards
And
that
Avi.
one, those that you see in the
you
reflection of the Phoenix mirror, you look like your appearance is more feeble. Like, even those of you that aren't very muscular, you look thinner and malnourished. And you also look like you have dry skin that's cracking as if you'd been out in dry heat and not taking care of your skin properly. And some of these cracks that you see in your skin in the reflection, you see almost a little bit faint bit of fiery flickering light coming from under your skin.
Oh, never mind. Worse. I'm so sorry, Wrench.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Your fur, Wrench, it looks like a lot of it's fallen out in front of this mirror. A lot of it looks super dry.
Bold!
Look what you did to me.
Look, maybe the first one's better, Red. Maybe the first one, I'm gonna move him over again.
As you go to the other one, this one is not as upsetting looking. As you go over to it, the circular mirror with the scratched up gold frame, you look younger. Everybody that looks at themselves in front of it, you would see yourselves as being younger. Wounds that you have that you maintain on your body, scars that are there, don't seem to be there. Wrench, you see yourself with your real arm and your real eye, with an innocent look, and the main thing that you notice, Nemric, as well, is that any weapons you're carrying do not reflect in the mirror.
Is my horn back?
Yes, if you were to look into it, you would see yourself with your horn returned, and you would see a slightly younger version of yourself. A very innocent-looking, you almost get a naive sense from looking into them, of you look like you're looking at versions of yourselves that are unprepared for the harsh realities that your real selves had to face in your lives.
There we go. Perfect.
Oh. Flux, you look largely the same, except with, like, less detail, more rounded, somewhat more, like, a little bit more Wall-E than you already are.
Aww.
I imagine...
No, go ahead.
Okay. I imagine Avi would look pretty much the same, possibly. Mm.
The one on Avi, you have the appearance of your hair is cut much shorter. You have a much more harmless look to you. The red sections of your wings are just pure black. Has a more uniform look to it. You have less jewelry, but and a slightly lighter frame.
There we are. Less upsetting.
When I look at when Wrench looks at the mirror, he just... This is, probably the worst one.
Fenris will put a hand on Wrench's shoulder and solemnly nod. Her jaw is set as if she wants to speak, but like she's so tense. You can see her jaw muscles just...
Avi's just staring at the places where, like, at the bottoms of her wings, just looking like she's trying to put together a puzzle, but is just in shock.
Takes like another look at the mirror, then takes like a look back to them. Oh. Right, that's enough of that.
Yeah,
I get rid of the fire.
Things you'd notice whenever you look at it. You would also notice your horns are less intense. They're not quite as jagged or frightening, and you notice the reflection of you has pupils.
Oh! That's what I look like with pupils.
You, Nemric, you in particular look a lot less demonic, more humanoid, far less threatening.
Has Miriam looked in the mirror?
Miriam said he was trailing behind. I don't know. I'm not assuming anyone...
I'm at the back of the group. I'm just by you guys, but I'm not right there.
Don't.
Wrench, whenever you looked into it... Wrench, could you roll me just a perception check for when you looked in one of the mirrors? 19.
Ooh,
You did notice, again, a lot like how Avi noticed that there was a faint shimmer on the middle mirror, the beauty mirror, we'll call it. Whenever you looked at it, your eye picked up that there seemed to be something beyond it. There seemed to be something inside the mirror that, as if something was very subtly moving on the other side of it that you couldn't quite tell the former shape of.
This is gonna sound weird. It almost seems like there's something in the mirror. Can't tell what it is, though.
I'll have a talk to it. I'll walk up to it.
Oh, we're going back to the middle mirror. Let's go.
Well, this wasn't the middle mirror. This was the.
I thought
the
it
middle
was
one. The middle one's the beauty
Oh, it is
one.
the middle one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm a correct boy.
Way to go.
As you step in front of it, Miriam, as you step in front of the middle one, again, you look bland. The constellatory that you're wearing just looks like regular or kind of raggedy-looking armor. Your hair is shorter, less impressive. The sharp look in your eye seems dull. You almost have this... Your reflection almost looks stupid, a bit unapproachable.
What's up, pal? No, I'm just gonna bro fist my reflection.
The mirrors are set back about 6 or 7 feet. beyond the bars. As you do, you see your reflection do so. It, reacts the way a reflection would. Although you notice that when it moves to give you this reflected brofist, it kind of does so more clumsily. It gives a smile, and you notice a couple teeth missing from reflection, Miriam.
You said there was something potentially moving here, Wrench.
Yeah, it did.
I'd like to just, again, look around as much as I can at the reflections and see if I can figure anything out.
You see the faint shimmer of what looks like arcane energy that occasionally dances along it, as if the surface of this mirror is lit up in a way the others are not. But you don't see what Wrench is seeing. What Wrench saw is very particular because of how his eye works. You don't see the same level of detail that he did.
There's some sort of arcaneness about this one the other two don't have, but that's about as much as I can find.
Okay, I know I was making fun of all you guys earlier, but... do I touch it?
Can you squeeze through the bars?
They're tight enough it'd be difficult to.
I can unlock them.
I don't think there's a door, right?
Nope,
Logan?
these are not doors. These are just bars.
That's set. And I'm going to scurry over to the other mirror. I want to see what small me looked like in this outfit, because I think I really pull it off.
So you're going in front of the Phoenix mirror?
Yes.
As you do so...
The Phoenix one is the one that makes you look all gaunt and stuff. The one that makes you look younger is the other mirror.
You look in front of it, you look feeble, you look malnourished, your skin has lost some of its color, you look almost sickly, Miriam. You notice that your armor, Deus Yankovic, looks to be burned. It looks like it's frayed, and as if it suffered battle damage that it otherwise hasn't. Once again, there's the through line of you look kind of clumsy in it as you move forward. You get this distinct impression that the reflection is giving you an image of yourself that is as non-threatening and pathetic as possible.
Oh, wrong mirror, and I turn and go to the other one. No, not that one.
The other one? You go to the other one. Whenever you go to the circular mirror, you see reflected, even more so than when the others looked into it, you see yourself the way that you would see yourself whenever you use Alter Self to look human. But a few years younger. Miriam doesn't look particularly old. But when you look into it, there's just this sense of trauma, of tribulation, of years of dealing with the consequences of the nature of your birth that you just do not see in the innocent, bright eyes of your reflection.
Alright, I thought that would be less upsetting.
I told you, Miriam. I told you.
Let's.
I said it was the worst one.
Let's come back to this. Maybe check out the other side, see if there's anything else.
Avi's just gonna start walking very quickly.
As you guys begin walking over to the other side, the King of Lions would just, as you guys pass by, be like, I will take another quick look at these. Do any of you have a torch I could borrow?
I'll stay.
Do you still have the lantern that
Right.
I loaned you?
I'd forgotten. You see
No
them
worries.
as you guys head away. They stay on the side and they walk to the end of the hallway. They look into it and then they begin walking back. As they walk to the middle one, you would notice Miriam, assuming the others are on their way down south at this point, down to the other side. Miriam, you would notice they stop in front of the middle one, and though you're probably not right beside them looking with them.
No, I would give them space.
Yeah, they look into it and they're just like, this one does curiously nothing. What did you see when you looked into it?
That one? That's the one that made me look just kind of bumbling and useless, right? Or is that the one that made me look...
Yeah, that's that one.
Yeah. I looked a bit... stupider, I guess is the best word.
Curious. This one seems to just be reflecting me as I am.
You should hold a higher opinion of yourself.
No, I'm serious. Come here. As you walk over, you see the image of the King of Lions. It's interesting. Their clothes have changed substantially. You notice them to be dressed in more like what you might relate to being a suit that nobility might wear to dine, to go to a public event. they seem not only to have been unchanged, but they look cleaned up and somewhat magnificent. They look, better in this mirror, whereas the rest of you looked inferior. The one over there showed me weakened, afflicted with, I don't know, as if I'd suffered some kind of heat-based damage that I couldn't get rid of. They continue walking, and they walk over towards the final one. You see them hold up the lantern for a moment. There is a nostalgic, solemn look in their eyes as they look like they open their mouth slightly to try to say something as they look in the circular mirror. Then they close their eyes, they curl their lip in, they just have a moment of... This is the most upsetting one. And they walk past it, seemingly making less note of it. The only one of them that seemed to bother them.
That circle mirror making everybody feel a kind of way.
Oof.
You don't get into this line of work if you don't regret something.
Indeed. Sometimes the worst thing that you can be shown is what you didn't know that you wanted, right?
I can't say I didn't know. But sometimes you can put things that you know you can't have out of your head.
Indeed. Those of you heading down to the bottom.
Yes.
You find a similar set. Do you still have the light on?
Yeah.
You find another set of alcoves with 3 more.
Oh, God.
All right, who's ready for this?
Oh, should we really look at them? They just made everybody sad.
Doesn't matter. Avi's gonna step in front of the first one.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna stand over with the light.
The large, simplistic mirror that's in front of you is 8 feet tall. It looks like it once might have been a very expensive mirror with a frame made of silver and gold, but it looks like it is faded, weathered, and degraded over time to the point where the plating on it has given way, and much of the base material that the gold and silver plating would have been put onto is now showing, as if it had not been cared for properly for generations. When you look into this mirror, probably has the fewest changes. There's nothing incredibly different about it, apart from that you look tired, and you look a bit more disoriented. Your reflection, you notice there is a shake in the eyes, a nervous look, as if the pupils can't settle, even though you're fairly certain that you're looking at it properly. Those around you, you notice they have physical tics, small taps, little foot taps, nervous twitches that the physical person doesn't have. But overall, the fewest physical changes of any of the mirrors you've seen.
At least I know I'm more stable than that. Maybe. I'll step to the next mirror. She's just gonna keep looking into all of them.
Looking into that one.
Following after.
Yep, we're doing it.
This one
Yep.
absolutely has the fewest changes. However, it is the most striking room because you see around it, there is a simple, tall, silver-framed rectangular mirror in this room that looks like it has etchings and such in the material that look to be of elven design. They look like elven handiwork. However, what's curious about this room is there are dozens of smaller mirrors, not quite handheld, but not full-size mirrors either, of similar but smaller designs that appear to be shattered around the room. Various frames lie, some bent, some with the reflective surface popped out and broken. Shards of glass lay around the room of various sizes. The mirror itself, the single one standing in the center that looks to be solid, its surface is rough, as if it has been exposed to weathering, as if it had been left in a desert and beaten down for a long period of time. So all reflections in it are blurred. However, from what you can see of the reflections that it casts back, they are completely unchanged from what the reality of the person looking at it is.
Ever have one of those mornings?
No.
I'm starting to think this is what Ravissimo would look at. Each of these mirrors. Maybe she wanted to see different facets of herself.
Specifically the young one.
I was going to say particularly the past.
She must have hated this one. I guess it showed her for what she really was.
Yeah, a decrepit old woman.
Well, if she, like, only wanted it so that she'd feel good about herself, why would she keep all the other ones?
Some means of psychologically torturing her enemies?
Maybe that, or...
Well, I mean, she already did that with her dances.
I don't think that Ravissimo built this place.
I don't think so.
I think she inherited it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Let's check out the last one before we make any big decisions.
Avi will step in front of the last one.
As you head to the last one, you see that this mirror is definitely the roughest looking of them all. It is a large piece of reflective material that seems to be set into a large stone frame. Nemric, you might recognize some of the materials. This blackish material looks like something that you might have found within the circle of hell that you originate from. This coal black stone, almost obsidian-like, but you know it to be more naturally occurring. As you look at it, you see the frame of it has various barbs and spikes that ornamentally protrude from it, giving it a very demonic appearance. I need to quickly look at some stuff. Give me one moment as I verify something.
Okay.
Okay, just give me 1 second.
Oh, I like what they did with the igneous stone. It's really nice.
Taguchi, you are the only person who can even see a proper reflection in it. As everyone else looks at it,
damn,
you look like no one. Like, you just look like amorphous blobs in the reflection. But Taguchi, you appear in it. You appear clearly. You have a sharp look. You notice that your reflection appears to be tensing their hands, and you notice, after you look into it for a second, that the version of you that's in it cracks their neck as if they're getting ready for a fight.
Oh, I knew I liked this rock.
What?
Look, it only has Taguchi in it.
That's weird. Why am I the only one who can see my reflection in this?
Taguchi, you may be, when you look at it, inclined, your first thought would probably be that, oh, it only reflects the person looking at it. Weird.
I'm guessing if our thoughts are true in some level, then maybe it only reflects those who are in some way dead?
My thoughts as well.
That's upsetting.
Tag. Fenris will just pat his back.
You look fearsome, though. I mean, he's just like motions towards.
Wow.
As you look into it, as you say that, Nemric, you do come to the conclusion that, yeah, it seems to be emphasizing how strong and battle-ready Tag is.
I did not know those cheekbones could be sharper than they look at it.
My God.
I might be sick.
Oh my God.
I'm just gonna look dead at Nemric. You
Just
know
shake
he
her
has
head.
a wife, right?
Doesn't mean someone can't appreciate.
he's right.
Let's keep
Real
going.
quick, I do need to check one other thing, because I might be wrong on one. Yes, okay, sorry. One other person. As they step forward, as they step in front of you, you do see the King of Lions also reflected in it. As they do, you see their eyes appear to have a sharper look in it, a more fierce look, one that you've seen them take on whenever they're in the middle of combat. You see the weapon that they're holding, Mistrender. You see the spike on it seems to be covered in dried blood. And upon noticing that, you notice that both Tag and the King of Lions' armor appears to be stained with blood on various places. Seems to have seen more battle than the actual versions have.
Oh, then scratch that theory.
Maybe it's just humans.
Huh.
Like, I mean, anybody else human here?
Oh,
No.
oh yeah.
Maybe.
That is a possibility.
Strange. I was going to ask if, King of Lions, have you died before?
No, I wouldn't be here if I did. Have you?
Also.
Yes, I have died.
Also, dying before was only a requirement, then several of us fit the bill.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait,
But
how
you
have
makes
have
more
many
sense.
of you died and then not stayed?
I think
Magic.
everyone, well,
Is your world just entirely free from consequences, or
No.
I'm still kind
No.
of dead.
Oh no.
that's terrifying?
It used to be like I was. A lot of different holy magics couldn't affect me. I'm not sure why or how.
only
Things are
some
different.
people have the abilities to revivify people, those who have trained in the art of clerical magic.
Yeah, where I come from, that kind of, once you're dead, it is nigh impossible to return.
We're too busy glaring at each other. Avi's glaring at me. I'm glaring back just because Avi's glaring at me.
Yes.
Yes, how do you?
Why do you hate me?
Oh, I'm decently sure why.
Glare at him.
Lexi,
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I like it.
as you guys are all talking, you find your voice gets caught in your throat in a way that causes you to imperceptibly seize up for just a moment. As you feel what feel like several very small, cold points of contact on your skin, as if freezing fingers are tracing up your neck.
Oh.
And you hear a voice that seems to change in cadence and tone, but maintains this feminine quality, whispering seemingly in one ear and then the next second switches over to the other. There is no blood in Honokuni, naught but yours, and your flesh, only a corpse to be ravaged and consumed. How unfortunate that you found yourself here, Kidz.
Are you guys hearing that?
Hearing what?
What's going
There's a
on?
voice.
No.
There's a horrible feeling on the back of my neck, and there's a voice, and it said, "There's no blood in the Honokuni except yours," and something about devouring flesh, and they called me a Kidz, and I don't like it.
No, but it did send a chill down my spine.
That creature from before, you said was attached to Lexi, did you
As they're
not?
talking, as they're all looking at you, Lexi, you catch just out of the corner of your eye what seems like this face-shaped dark void just to the right of you, as if someone is behind you, leaning over your shoulder to having whispered in your ear. You feel the entirety of a form behind you. You see this feminine form, hair coming down. Once again, just pure black, but you see the silhouette of hair draped down over a feminine face, and you see hands reaching in from behind you and just slowly caressing your neck.
I spin around so they can't like touch me.
As you turn, the moment you do, they're gone.
Guys, there was like a big shadow, like a little kind of like a girl, and they were looking at me and they were trying to like stroke my neck, and I turned around and then they were gone. They were right there. I'm gonna point where I feel like they were.
Okay, I squint in that direction.
You don't
do
see
I see anything? Fuck. Okay,
No,
I do
love
the
that you
same thing.
keep
I do the
trying.
same thing
You're
to
so
Lexi. Just
cute.
go around like I did with Aviana.
Doesn't seem to be anything. Nothing curious about Lexi. Except when you look at them, using your true sight, you do see there's a small point on their neck where there seems to be this, they can't physically see, but you see to be like these finger, like these little tracts that look about like fingerprint sized, running along their neck that look like almost frostbite, that seem to, as you're looking at them, fade away and disappear.
Okay, before they fade away, when I spot it, I kind of want to... this is going to be weird. I kind of want to climb on Lexi, move her hair, and look at that specific spot.
As you do, as you like grab onto Lexi, climb up onto them, pull their hair back up, you see them You see these points fading away, and you notice that it's not that they're healing or vanishing, it's as if some kind of shadowy residue is left on their neck that you see is misting off very softly.
Okay, like, as it's misting off, I look in the direction it's misting off, so it's not just that I'm, like, looking intently at her fucking skin. And then as it fades off, I jump off her, and I'm like, the fuck?
What just happened? What did you see?
The marks. It was weird.
There were marks.
What
They
kind
look
of
Yeah.
marks?
It was almost like frostbite. It was strange. It looked cold. And I don't see anything, like, behind Lexi's ear or anything.
Nope. As soon as it's gone, it's gone. Doesn't seem to have left any residue. No feeling on Lexi. Just, you know, knowledge of what happened.
Okay. Yeah, speaking of, how are you alive? Were you killed by someone who wasn't a hunter?
I mean, I'm not really entirely sure what happened. It was like I got attacked by tribulation, and then I felt, nothing, and then I was here. What happened? Like, what did you guys see?
We'll need to figure it out. Whenever Lexi had gone down before, we had saw that she basically disappeared and left behind all of her things, correct? I don't know, I wasn't there that game, so anybody want to give more?
Come to the understanding that Tribulation's weapon, when it kills you, transports you to the Bastille above us.
I enjoy,
Okay.
Cody, that Nemric didn't have to begin talking, but you were like,
Yeah.
I believe that when they hold on, I wasn't there, never mind.
I remember listening to it like vividly because I was on my Greyhound and I had nothing better to do.
Yeah, totally.
Okay. So,
Well, we might as well start moving. I'll start walking towards the...
Up or down?
I'm gonna go up.
As you go up, similar to the other side, you see 3 alcoves. Walking in, though, and walking in front of them, it is not as interesting as the other side. As you walk by, you see there are still bars, and you see that in each of these alcoves, there is a mirror. They're all identical to each other. They're just these large, ornate, but identical, oval-shaped mirrors.
And upon stepping in front of them, no changes?
They just seem to
as I
reflect
am?
you as you are.
I don't think it's a coincidence that there's 6 of these on each side.
I don't think so either.
To the bottom?
Yep.
Right.
I am clinging to Fenrir.
When you go down to the bottom, you see the same identical oval mirrors, reflecting you exactly as you are.
This is the hunted side, I would guess.
You think so?
Joseph says we are.
Do you think perhaps they change if one of them were to be taken out of the running, as it were?
Is that why one of them is giving off a feeling of arcane energy?
One of these ones?
Perhaps.
No,
The
the
other.
one on the other side. Perhaps
you-
it's because we defeated Ravisimon.
Are you proposing that the ones on the other side belong to the table members?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Then
This side
maybe
is-
they're different because this realm has had time to get to know them.
Each of them are
Almost.
reflections of their individual aspects, I suppose.
The one that you believe to correspond to Ravissimo saw you all as plain except for me, right?
I believe it was the one who viewed us as younger.
No, it was the one that saw us as weak. However, you say that yours looked different. That also corresponds with Ravisimon's thoughts, does it not?
I was
Looks
an
like the King of
object.
Lions.
I was an object of fixation for her.
All right. We're getting somewhere then.
If we wish to take a closer look at these mirrors, I believe I have an idea how we could get in there. I believe I would need Fenris's help to accomplish it, though. It would
I would be
not
happy to
cost us
help.
any resources.
Oh?
The bars that were like blocking off the mirrors, do they seem mundane or like at first glance?
The bars? They don't seem special. At a glance, no.
Okay. Would it be all right if me and Fenris tried something, or do you think it would be dangerous?
Warding bond,
What are you
not
trying?
warding bond. The
What are you trying?
I believe that I could use some fire magic to weaken the bars, and then have Fenris use her hammer to break them or knock them out of their housing. Yeah, let's do that.
Oh
one.
boy.
Okay. All right.
Let's fight a mirror monster. Let's do it. All right.
Hell yeah! Let's play some D&D.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's
God.
run!
All right.
Fenris holds up her hammer, perturbed.
All right. I'll give you a signal when it's ready. I'll pull up my my arcane firearm and just fire some concentrated fire bolts at the very top and very bottom of the bars until they get red hot.
All
Hey,
right.
batter stance.
Fenris, please roll me an attack roll.
Oh, this is therapeutic. Yeah, of course you would.
You wind up
Damn.
and take a swing. As you do, you don't strike solidly on the bars. It hits, your hammer reverberates in your hand as it happens. They seem to bend in slightly, but they don't break.
One moment. Allow me to recalibrate some of the weight. Yeah, I
Not
try
a
again.
problem.
There we go!
Good
Probably
recalibrating. Good
better.
recalibrating.
You wind up, you strike again. As you do, Fenris, you lurch forward, you strike them with your hammer, a couple of the bars shatter out, leaving enough room for a medium-sized creature to probably squeeze through. As they do, they clatter to the ground inside. One of the bars strikes off entirely, the other one just bends off to the side.
Oh, well, that did it.
As it
Well
happens...
done, Fenris.
Fenris, as it happens, you take a breath out. You have a moment of self-congratulation as you have lurched forward a bit too heavy into the attack, and as you look up and say that you speak briefly as you just did, you briefly catch in the mirror a reflection that you notice behind the rest of the group, behind everybody else in the reflection behind you. A void-like shadowy figure is looming behind you, just behind you, in the reflection in the mirror. Slowly stepping towards you.
Uh-oh.
What do I do?
Kick its ass!
Go kick its ass.
God, I reach towards the mirror.
Well, the mirror would be about 8 feet away from you at this point.
Oh, shit. Cause
Ooh, it looks like it might be interested in the mirror. Maybe
as
getting
you
rid
have
of
a
the mirror might be good.
second of looking towards it, of seeing just the reflection in the mirror of this figure walking slowly. They're about the same height as you, maybe a little bit taller. Again, feminine figure, doesn't appear to have any distinguishing feature, looks somewhat blurry. As they come closer to you, you see them putting their hand out as if they're going to put their arms around your shoulders or neck. And as you haven't said you look away, as you keep your eyes on the mirror, you start to hear just this faint building.
I attacked the mirror! I don't know!
It's 8 feet away. What do you mean you attack the
Oh,
mirror?
true. I turn around.
As you turn around,
Leave us alone!
there's nothing.
Fenris? What
Fenris?
do you see? Who should leave you alone?
I squint at Fenris.
Oh, the wrench is like, a clue!
I rotate around Fenris to see if I see anything.
The moment you turn around, Wrench just gravitates and latches onto you and just eyes close to you.
Fenris's arms go straight up, like she is just letting him do like the whole works of looking her over as she nods.
You do not see any remnants or changes on Fenris.
You're clean. And I just walk away.
We need more information.
Well, we've opened our way.
With your permission, I would like to identify the mirror.
Go ahead.
All right.
Go for it.
Sure. I'll step out from the mirror, like the bent hole that I made, and
The
offer
mirror
it.
dimension. Anyway.
Oh shit!
As you walk towards it, Flux, are you ritual casting?
Yes.
As you go up and you cast Identify on it, as you take time to do so, you put your hand out to it, you make some contact with it, and as you do, you see faintly, as you're identifying it occasionally, just what looks like a feminine hand mirroring your own, touching the mirror's surface from the other side in the same way that you are, and it seems to... It's hard to tell any details about it. It seems to disappear at the wrist. Like going back, like you can only see the hand, but you seem to see that when you get close enough to it, the reflection seems to match, as if someone else is taking the place of your reflection, but overlapping with your reflection. As you identify it, the qualities of this mirror, this appears to be what you might otherwise know to be similar to a mirror of life trapping. You would detect that the purpose of this mirror, from what you can glean from it, is it has a command word. You can't tell what it is when you do this. It seems to be hidden from you. It has a command word that can activate it. It appears to be a repository for souls. It contains either a soul or a creature within it. You would know that normally mirrors like this, you would have heard of them before. You're an artificer. They normally are built with a lot of different cells in them to trap many different creatures at once. This one appears to only have one, and it is made in such a way that it functions a little bit differently. Best you can tell, it's a soul repository. There's effectively a small, not quite a demiplane, but a little pocket dimension inside that contains it. You, as Izzy, would know this to be almost fundamentally identical to the mirror that Satsumaru kept people in.
I was wondering, yeah.
I was gonna say.
Wow, it really is Raleigh's mirror.
Which one was that?
Which one was what?
Raleigh
The
was
middle
trapped in.
one.
Which mirror? The middle one? Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
This boy.
Yeah.
And you can tell that it is currently occupied.
If I had to guess, it's probably Bravissimo's soul in there.
In which case, we cannot take the risk of releasing her.
As you're in contact with it, you notice that when you say her name, there is a little bit of a magical pulse flux from the mirror. As if it listened to and responded to the name, but didn't quite hear what it was looking for.
Huh. Yes, there was a reaction to that name. What about this did the Zugaiken not want us to find? They seemed so concerned.
If this is
What
the
do you
source of the ritual, then this is effectively the spiritual center of Onokuni.
What do you think would happen if we got rid of these before the souls return to them?
We could potentially disrupt the ritual for however long it either takes to fix them, or possibly forever.
But do we want to do that?
They said... Well, when beings die here, it's different. There's no blood in Honokuni and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
But when the hunted die, it's different, right?
Mm-hmm.
You trapped here in some way? I could be misremembering. But do you think those, and I'll just kind of gesture towards where the other hallway is, just vaguely, might be for all of you?
Yes. Once one side is filled completely, I expect something to happen here.
It's always a bad sign when you and I are on the same page.
Death does indeed work differently in this place. If their souls are being held after death, and perhaps that is what allows them to return after the ritual is complete, there is, I suppose, a possibility that if these mirrors were destroyed, then their souls would simply move on to whatever afterlife awaited them instead.
That's a kind interpretation.
It is worth noting, at least I found out, when normal people die here, their soul is still trapped by this place. People have
Yes.
talked freely about reincarnation, people's souls coming back unwillingly. What if these mirrors are here to make it so that if someone dies, their soul is accounted for somewhere? They can't be manipulated or...
Brought back.
Indeed. It's possible. I'm
See,
not
this-
sure how your magic works, but what if this prevents people from being restored?
It would. The soul does have to be present for it to return to its body. If it's occupied elsewhere, then this makes sense.
Then we should
So this
definitely
is-
not destroy these.
This is almost a way of keeping the game fair, then?
Maybe.
Not
Damn.
really. If they possess it, then they possess the one place their soul would end up if they were to lose. So they could simply release themselves from the mirror and bring themselves back to life.
Indeed. These mirrors do function using a command word, like many magic items. I assume Ravissimo most likely knew that command word. Oh, when I said Ravissimo...
That's what I was
It
gonna
gave
ask.
a
Yeah,
little
yeah.
bit of a... Again, it gave a bit of a pulse as if it listened. It does not... Again, it seems like, however... Roll me an insight check, Flux. You get the sense, this is not an insanely difficult one, but given that it's been said a plethora of different ways, you get a sense that the command word, though it usually doesn't function this way, there might be a certain intuition behind it. The mirror might be looking for the command word to be said a certain way, and it hasn't been hearing that particular way of speaking.
Aww.
Oh.
You're just teasing it, driving it crazy. Like, come on!
I'm gonna think about it for a second. Ravissimo?
No, what?
It doesn't
What
even,
are you doing?
It doesn't even react to whatever that was.
It's like, are we just pronouncing it wrong?
Hey, Flux.
Sorry, I had a theory.
Hey, Flux.
Yes, Master Wrench?
I'm gonna shoot you.
Oh.
You're playing a very dangerous game, man.
I'd rather
Sorry.
not deal with her twice.
Yeah.
Agreed.
We maybe shouldn't try to figure out the correct way to say the word. We should just leave it.
Maybe let go.
I vote we
Perhaps.
should leave.
I agree.
Yes.
There's
We've
nothing
spent
here
too
for
much
us.
time here anyway.
Nothing here
My
for us.
curiosity got the better of me. I apologize.
Look, Miriam.
I think I disagree with you on that.
What? Do we have something to accomplish here?
That depends on exactly how much you want to play by the rules.
Oh.
What do you have in mind?
If there's a way to destroy this, there's a way to destroy the ritual.
But if we destroy the ritual, how will we have a promise of going home? I mean, as dark as things are, that's our ticket out.
That also means we believe the young lord.
That's true.
Indeed.
We
It's
have
not
no
like we
choice
have
to.
anyone vouching for it.
Things do
Whenever-
seem awfully stacked against us as well.
It's something to consider. I'm not saying we should do anything, but
Weren't they worried about us taking something from here? Nothing here seems like it'd be something that'd be super portable.
I was just gonna say, were they worried about us taking something, or were they worried about us finding something?
Finding something, I believe.
Okay.
Which
Maybe
I believe
finding-
lends credence to Master Miriam's theory.
Mm-hmm.
If they were worried that we would destroy the ritual, that would seem to warrant the level of panic they displayed.
If we destroyed the ritual, we would all be dead.
It's
would not
something
be
to think
ideal.
about, but
The young master's dog will certainly come after us and slaughter us all.
you speak as though that's not a possibility regardless.
It's a guarantee if we do anything to the ritual.
If this ritual is destroyed, would you think that perhaps whatever's keeping us away from the outside would also be gone, Miriam?
No.
I was
So then-
thinking, because
The
if that was
East
the
of Ezra.
case, I was thinking for if that was the case, you could potentially ask for some aid after we do this, but if you believe we'd still be sealed off, I guess that wouldn't work.
That's also assuming it's possible.
Mm.
We're getting ahead of ourselves slightly here. I think we could, potentially. I have no idea how. Dousing the flames? Who says that would work? destroying the mirrors, who says they won't repair themselves?
Yeah.
This magic has a darkened stairway with no light that is not magic. I tried to dispel it, and it didn't even try and take hold of anything.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever dwells in this place is old and beyond me. But if we could, it would, yes, be a declaration of war against the young lord and the system they've built.
We would have to ask ourselves, what do we stand to gain by ending the ritual? Would we gain more than simply going along with the proceedings?
Hard to say.
And I
I
mean,
don't know what it's going to look like in the end.
technically right now, aren't we winning?
We're up by 1 point.
Who knows what they've done to the other hunted, though? We still have one not accounted for, no?
Isn't it your friend you mentioned?
Yeah,
We've talked about him.
Isn't he with them at that point?
So I think it's blow for blow at this point. If Keen feels like he's going to involve himself on the other side of things.
We can almost assume at that level that there are still 6 against 5.
Still, progress is progress, and we can't take our victories away from ourselves, otherwise this place will drive us mad. We've done something here.
I have another theory, somewhat adjacent to previous theories. Perhaps the Zugaikan was worried we would find this place, because if we lose any of our members and we're able to find out the command word, perhaps they were worried we would be able to replenish our ranks.
Oh.
That's true. It would be kind of hard getting back in here, though, wouldn't it?
Potentially, but we did it once.
That's true.
It's the reason it's the second most guarded place in Honokuni.
Miriam, I have a theory, or a thought, rather. Less theory, more question.
Yeah?
We came here to find something for you. Do you think there's a chance that if we find that, your friend might be able to be our ticket out?
I don't know that he can even access this place. I feel like if he could, he would have made himself somewhat known already.
It was just a thought.
I would very much like that to be the case, but I feel my benefactor is not so benevolent.
Not so gracious.
I think that he's not exactly sure what he was throwing us into, and I don't think he much cares. I'm sure this is a guess, but I feel like in his opinion, if I couldn't survive it, then I wasn't worth the trouble anyways. Kind of a struggle and get stronger, given that's what I asked him with help doing. But maybe I'm thinking too lowly of him.
No. Knowing what I do, I think your opinion is correct.
He didn't
It
seem
was
able
just-
to do much when representing you for Fiona.
He's also looking for something, so I feel like he might be busy doing that.
He's done plenty.
He saved my life.
And for that, I am grateful.
Technically twice, because I guess he did speak for him with Fiona as well.
So do we have anything to do here or not?
I don't know.
My vote is still to leave.
We did come down
we
here
have-
hoping to find an alternate route to get out of here, and we didn't.
So, seems there's only one way to get out of here then.
Can we seal the door behind us? Make it look like we didn't find this place?
We could try.
Granted, your friend Fenris might know we've been here, so it might not mean much.
Still, there's no point not to. Even if they do know, they might not share that information with others. It seems that...
Excuse me, Flux. The King of Lions steps forward, as if they had just gotten an idea. You see them walk towards the mirror. Look at it in a very judgmental way, you see them focus on it as if in anger, and they raise Mist Render up towards it and almost touch the surface. Before, it responded to the presence of the table members. If their soul is in fact in here, I just wanted to see if it would have any reaction to them. Doesn't seem to. So either it can't tell they're there, doesn't care if they're not alive, or the soul in there is no longer considered a table member. I wonder. You see them look towards your reflections again that all look plain and uninteresting. Perhaps this is how she saw people.
Oh.
That fucking bitch saw me as a raccoon.
You're just in front of it, just a very angry real raccoon in the reflection.
Fenris is just gonna... Fenris puts her hands on Wrench's head and just puts a patting motion, similar to what she does to Lexi in moments of stress.
Are you scritching?
No, it's
Okay.
a pat. It's definitely a head pat. I'll come clean and say it. She's head patting Wrench.
What is the reflection of this fucking normal looking raccoon with a gun in his hand?
I imagine exactly
As
that.
you take it out, the reflection shows a raccoon holding up a rock as if they're going to throw it.
Aww.
This is fucking humiliating.
If this is how
It's
they saw
alright.
people, I wonder what that says for the other ones.
There, Wrench. You're spectacular.
Put the fucking gun at the mirror. Fucking kill that bitch again.
Don't.
Wrench,
You know,
leaving
Yeah.
them trapped here is probably the more cruel thing for us to do to them. If it's
Still bitch.
from what we know
I
of
put my
these-
gun in the holster.
Assuming that the point of these mirrors is to stop the souls from being able to return or revive, I don't think that we really gain much of anything from destroying the ones that belong to the table members, at least.
If these are anything like the ones that held Raleigh, they're also likely going to siphon them until they become nothing.
Oh, that's true.
Be interesting to see which member looks at us like this. Tap the wall beside him.
That is curious.
I wonder who
Sees
thinks I
us-
still have my hand.
In my horn.
They might not be literal.
No. Just innocent and unprepared.
Innocent and naive.
I'm still mad at this fucking bitch.
Also, the ones that only seem to see you two.
Yes.
Oh.
maybe they're the only ones that they
Maybe
think
the
they're a
racist.
threat.
I don't mean this in a disrespectful way, but it's possible that that mirror might mean that whoever it corresponds to only sees us as worth seeing.
Precisely.
Oh.
Yeah.
Worth seeing, or you're the only ones they view as a threat.
Could be.
Maybe.
Given how dangerous you both looked.
Well,
That's what I'm judging it by.
Aviana looks plenty dangerous herself.
Well, what about me?
Well, I mean,
Thank you.
Aviana looks
Very
pretty dangerous.
intimidating range.
I mean, it depends on what the viewer thinks dangerous is.
I hate all of you. As I start walking, as I start walking to the main room.
Don't go, Wrench.
For all we know, it just might be based on some vain aspect. I mean, the two of us are probably dressed the most like knights. Maybe they have something against our kind.
Possibly.
Or maybe...
Might also have been the one we met in the town. You're the one that introduced yourself to him.
Sagittarius?
And you're the one that holds...
Which
no,
one?
the... God, what's his name? The
Barrels?
Viking guy. Yeah.
Oh, he's
you're the
not
one
a
who-
member.
He's not a member. The moon would have told us so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I thought the moon was only if there was a killing intent.
He
Perhaps he
absolutely
just didn't
intended
have
to
There was
kill us.
absolutely a killing intent.
At least there would have been from us. It doesn't need to be them intended to kill us.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Regardless, this place is probably not the best to linger in, if there's no way for us to gain anything from it.
I agree.
You can come back if we need to. It's not like we can't break this place.
Yes, if we find there is some additional use to this place. We know where it is, we know how to get in, we know what we're prepared for. And depending on what they do with the Bastille, perhaps, if we manage to rally our forces and we manage to collect those who wish to resist the table, perhaps the Bastille would make a good stronghold for us to take. But that can be addressed later, once we have the ability to man such a place. Right now, we couldn't hold this.
Not by ourselves. Maybe the stars could.
Let's find our way back out of here then. I believe we had seen that hole before, Miriam.
It's our best bet, assuming Jakku's castle is still above us, or ship, or whatever it is.
Before we leave, I want to grab a piece of like the bar that we broke off and find like a relatively small piece and pack it away.
Alright, you do so.
As we're heading out, Avi will linger in front of the mirror that showed the younger her and just where that they're not red then. And she'll just walk away.
You know, you do short hair good.
Thanks.
Tag will kind of also, just as they're passing by, look at the I think it was the first this mirror here that just got rid of like features. I assume like his scarring is gone. He just kind of looks normal.
You look human, you don't have armor, you are dressed like a well-to-do commoner. Your hair is down, well kept, your features are softer.
They just kind of have a little bit of a warm smile, and then just keep going.
No.
I was waiting here the whole time.
Okay.
Just waiting for all of them, just with my arms crossed, just like stupid fucking mirrors.
God.
Just slamming myself. Like, and just be like, I'm fucking tough. Fuck it.
Yeah, you're super tough, Range. You are.
Yeah, gives you a
I
chance
enjoy
to
the
prove 'em
image
wrong.
of everybody else leaving and walking away from him, just like the shot lingering on Ravissimo's mirror, and then just as it's zooming in, just he comes back into its reflection just as a raccoon and just gives a raccoon middle finger to it and then leaves.
Yeah, just like doing the fucking Korra where it's like hit like the eyes like shit, where it's like fingers on the eyes and then at the fucking mirror.
Yeah.
I've been watching your ass.
Ugh.
As you go, Miriam, as you step out, you briefly catch out of the corner of your eye as you're leaving something, a dark figure standing in the way, middle of the way back towards what you presume to be the mirrors for the hunted. You just catch a figure standing, plainly. A void in the side of your vision, and reflexively you stop. Knowing what's been happening, you wait for a second, and then your eye shifts just instinctually over towards it. And for a moment, you see a figure there. A relatively light, feminine figure. Pure void. Just a hole in your vision. And then as you do, there's a brief flicker of all the torches in the area. Shadows take over the inside of the chamber, and whenever they reignite, as if a wind had struck them, the figure is gone.
Maybe we'll wait a second. He'll kiss his index and middle finger, flash a peace sign, and then turn around to a middle finger to where they were. Just keep walking.
As you guys head up,
Sassy.
I'm gonna call for a break. As soon as you guys enter, or as soon as you exit the darkness at the top, you have this feeling like your chest loosens up, and you realize that the entire time you were in there, you had slowly had this feeling of tightening, as if you were holding your breath while you were in there. Even you.
Oh.
There's just a profound sense of relief and ease as you leave.
As my kids would say, we need to skedaddle.
They have yeet and skedaddle at the same time. Okay.
Like, at what time are you from, Taz? Like, you have to pick.
Maybe it's an alternate universe where they have these phrases, Carrie.
Yeah.
All right.
Gee,
damn.
yeah, Carrie. Judgmental of my kids.
Carrie.
Well, the fantasy and wonder.
They're just babies!
Way to be the tone police.
Let them live their life.
I'm just a baby!
I'm just
thanks
a baby.
Thanks for taking the heat, Carrie. Yeah, Carrie.
Yeah, no, I'm the worst. Yeah, you're right. Fuck me, right?
Yeah. Take that, Carrie.
As tags. You do.
Yeah.
As tags like talking about his kids, obviously, just they're very lucky to have a father like you who cares so much.
Thank you. Hopefully I can get out of here to see them again.
We'll make sure you do.
With that in mind, we should probably get out of here then.
Skedaddle, as you say.
Skedaddle.
Oh, I don't say that.
Skidoo.
As your kids would say. What are your kids' names?
Skadoosh.
Damn it, hold on. I have it written.
What a bad dad.
He starts like
Yes,
looking.
just give me one moment.
kids' names.
My kids' names are, slowly turns palm towards self, Jeremy and Chris.
Cottwald.
I have a daughter named Kazue and a son named Kenta.
And your
Boy and a
wife's
girl.
name was
Boof boof.
Haruka.
Looks at hand, looks back.
Yep.
Just tattooed there.
Yep.
Oh my god.
And I am their husband.
I have a
looks at
6
other
wisdom.
hand.
I have to.
And I am their husband. Looks at other hand. Taguchi.
I've got a 6 wisdom. I have to do this.
Okay.
I walk.
You weren't already? Catch up.
You say you
Oh,
walk.
snap.
Where are you guys going?
Meat pit.
A while ago.
This dimly lit chamber has one major central feature. There's the 20 by 20 foot iron grating. Bound to the sides of it, there are metal chains that go up into the walls, the stone walls that form a little alcove of protection on all but one side of the metal grating. You see chains go through the walls from the grating up to 2 large crank-like devices where the chains wrap around the devices on either side. You hear the sound of dripping water, lightly shifting currents. Something is wet down below.
Bro, are we gonna release Coffin Man?
Oh shit. Coffin
Absolutely
no.
not.
Oh, Nasi?
No, that's a bad idea.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, that seems
fun.
like a
Man,
poor
you guys are
choice.
boring.
Should we get cranking?
I love games
Well, I wouldn't
that
wanna
sets
be
him up with you
bored.
being like, you guys need to stop touching things. Gets over the top. Yo, are we gonna release Coffin Man, though?
Hey, no, here's the thing. That was Alejandro talking. Wrench is smart.
There you go, yeah.
That's fair.
His name is Coffin Jockey. Thank
Oh
you.
my
Sorry.
Oh, now I really want to let him out.
Yeah, I mean, it's Hanzo.
But Tag will go over to one of the levers.
You'd be able to operate it. It's fairly large. It looks like multiple people can operate it at once.
Okay. Maybe someone else
There
needs
is
to
a
be
lever.
on the other side.
Sorry, there is a lever set apart from it as well that's near it.
I can
it's
assist
locked.
you with the other one.
Sure. Just get on the other one and we'll try and do this together.
When you say other side, do you mean other side like this? Or do you
Like-
mean other
Oh,
side
I
like
see what
this?
you
We
mean.
need. Oh.
I didn't see
Okay.
the I didn't see that there was another one right there.
I'll-
There's
I'll
a
make
different
my- I'll make
mechanism
my
on
way over
both
to this
sides.
Okay, so we need
Um,
like 4 people. Gotcha.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll make my way
Uh-huh.
over to the one beside
I'd
Tagachi.
say I'd help, but I'm probably too fucking short, man.
You're just getting like pulled along with it. It's like Remy the Rat. It's like Remy the Rat, Muppet Treasure Island.
Fucking Rizzo.
Or Rizzo, not Remy. I said Remy.
As you grab onto them and you all begin turning them, the lengths of chain connected to both of them begin to descend. You see, the rest of you see the metal grating that is within that alcove. It begins to go down like an elevator, but after a moment, it begins to list to the side, and one side of it drops faster than the other, until the point where the grating is completely vertical. It looks like it lowers about 20 feet or so down. It goes about 20 feet down, but it's also completely, like, flopped to one side. Looking down, you see what seems to be a pit. Relatively moist. Uses a layer of water on the ground or some other liquid. That the grating that you descended hasn't completely gone down. It doesn't look like it's totally hit the ground or gone down there. But you see little bits of meat, disturbing looking liquid with a slightly yellowish color seeping on the ground. Below it there's a stone floor.
Ugh, disgusting. It's vile. What am I looking at? Ugh, is that... Can I describe this? Or that?
Sure, you could describe... You'd see the liquid, you would see like little bits of like body and like bones floating into view. You wouldn't see the edges. But yeah, you could describe the liquid, the generally grotesque nature of it. You also are close enough to it that there is the smell of decay and rot is coming up just naturally through the pit.
You kidding me? I don't even need to smell it. I can see... Ugh, disgusting. Looks like moss. It just looks vile.
Does there appear to be a way out?
I'm not sure. Just can't really tell by the corners. But, no, just blood. Possibly bodies. I think I see a little skull near the center.
Is there like any levers or anything down there?
Not that I can tell.
Probably
This might
no
just
viable way out then.
Probably.
This might just be a place they dump their used up prisoners. Seems like the only way out is through Cujo.
You haven't checked the rest of the floor? There's at least some spots we haven't seen. But
did you say Cujo?
Did I say what was their name again?
Jakku.
Jakku. I was close.
Cujo.
It's Cujo now.
It's a dog.
It's a dog. Yeah.
I was like, did I have a stroke just now?
No, I
No,
did.
that's me, buddy. Don't worry.
The only
No,
way
I
out,
had the stroke.
The only way out of here is through Wishbone.
Trust me, it'll work.
Wishbone.
Let's go
gotta
fight
sing the
Cujo,
song.
Takaguchi.
Oh.
Takaguchi 101. Thank you.
Oh shit.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I say, let's give the general floor, at least the parts we haven't seen, a quick one over. Give it a last chance. I figure Ravissima might have a way out, but who knows? If we're out of options, then I guess we fight.
Yeah. Let's take a look around then.
Going down, you guys saw earlier that there was a hallway leading down. There was 2 doors. You now see that one of the doors, the one at the southern end of the hallway, that one is now open.
I'd like to check for like tripwires or anything like that. We never know.
Roll me investigation.
Yeet.
Investigating.
Because I have proficiency. Is this gonna...
Ooh!
Hold on, but wait! But wait! I have reliable talent!
Hell yeah, bitch!
Gross.
I have proficiency.
You do not find any traps down this hallway. Okay. Heading into the room, you guys enter into what looks like just a recreational room. As you go in, you see some candles were lit, and they appear to be burning down. There's some torches on the walls that are themselves unlit. A table with plenty of stools. There's 2 large tables. One has a bunch of cards that were sitting on top of it that look like they were being used in a game that had been, that looked like they were just abandoned there. Beyond that, there's a door at the other side of the room, some torches in the room. You get the sense this might have been where the Zugaiken were. Also, from the look of it, you would extrapolate when Ravissimo used an illusion and pieced out from you all. It is likely this is the path she used to escape. Looking down that hallway, you would see there's a couple of torches that appear to be lit in front of what seems to be a very large door, a very large iron door. One second. That double doors, and then at the end of the hallway there appears to be another room that has this red, these red drapes that have been pulled across the passage leading farther in.
I'll investigate that door.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
As you do, you find there are no traps or anything on it. Opening it, you wander in. Seems to be a very large, dusty room filled with boxes, barrels. There's a large cabinet against one of the walls. Some clothes are strewn about. Looks to be a storage room, maybe once an armory, but it seems like it's mostly just been used as a place to throw things.
Anything look useful at a glance?
There's a
I
locked
take
cabinet.
a quick look around. Yeah. I'm gonna go over to that locked cabinet and take a little look. See.
Oh.
You go over to it. It is a cabinet that is locked. You unlock it. It has a pretty standard lock connected to a large chain on it that you take off. Pulling it open, you see it appears to be just a storage cabinet for equipment. Inside, you see a selection of there's 8 javelins, 4 longbows. There are 2 bundles of great arrows, each of which has 10 arrows. There are 4 bundles of what look like ready crossbow bolts, each of which has 20. And there are 3 bundles of arrows, 3 like small quivers, that each has 20 as well. They all look, the javelins, arrows, bolts, and great arrows all look to be of relatively remarkable craftsmanship.
Ooh.
Seeing Avi present the javelins, he is bracing himself for the inevitable joke of him not getting them presented to him.
Yeah, no, she'll just step out of the way.
He's like, yeah, that's what I thought. Thank you, though.
I do find it concerning that you're the most friendly when there's deadly weapons around, Nimric.
I mean, he shrugs. I like what I like.
No one is opposed to me nabbing the javelins.
I like what
Otherwise,
I like, I
Avi's
suppose.
just holding them out to you awkwardly.
Oh.
Lexi, you gonna take these arrows?
Well, I was waiting for someone to offer them to me. I didn't want to just take them.
Lexi, I'm offering you some arrows.
In future,
Oh, okay.
it's a huge, heavy set of iron double doors. There appears to be a very large locking mechanism set into the front of them. This very large, collective, ornate, vault-like lock.
Now, if that's not a lock that calls to Aviana Kolesh, I don't know what is. Fenris will place a hand on Aviana's shoulder and cast guidance, because that looks like a motherfucker of a lock. Good luck.
Fenris say motherfucker.
No, I read Bredesen.
All right, and that's a
Dear
D4.
Quinn, please aid Avi in opening this
No.
motherfucker of a lock.
And the holy words of Tequin are so beautiful.
Damn.
As you try to finagle with the lock on this door, even given the guidance offered to you by Fenris, you find it takes a minute. There's a great deal of difficulty associated with it. The locking mechanism is fairly complicated. But after a minute, it clicks, it opens. As you get it, you actually see parts of the door almost pseudo-mechanically. Certain, elements that were locked in place seem to just pull apart.
Oh, that's cool. I feel like I shouldn't have opened that, and now I want to know what's inside.
I'll push the door open.
Okay.
Avi looks genuinely excited.
Ooh.
Eek.
As you open up the room, you push the doors open. This is a good mighty Dark Souls opening a door. Push both hands. Slowly push both doors to the side. As you do, you see the interior of this room is lined with cubbies and shelves carved into its stone walls. They appear to be lined with rows of coins, gemstones, and other trinkets. You know what the money here looks like. You know what the money in Honokuni Sen. You've seen it before. It doesn't appear to be that. It appears to be coins from various places that is more familiar to you There are 2 large cabinets that sit with chains also wrapped around them, and a single large ornamental wooden chest with a metal frame sitting between them. A very large lock on its face. The room is unlit, but those of you with dark vision or holding lights, you'd be able to see it. And in the corner, you see piled, not discarded, but clearly put there because they have nowhere else to go. You see various paintings that look like they're of very fine creation, like they look expensive, they're large, and valuables appear to have been stacked and arranged around them in a way where they're undamaged, but clearly somebody put them there because they just did not know where to put them. Looking in, this strikes you as a vault. As if that wasn't obvious by the doors, this very much seems like a treasure chamber. Or a very, very well-stocked, confiscated goods room.
Alexi.
Mm-hmm.
You want to help me double check that none of these are booby trapped?
Okay.
Hayden,
It's
I
true.
need you to not be a Hayden about this.
Okay.
Hey, it's not a damage roll, so I'll take it, Spencer.
I love that meme. The Patrick Star one of like me when I'm rolling to know what the color of the door is. It's him with a microscope, and it's like me when I'm rolling my dice to make an attack, and it's just him with the hammer up and a plank nailed to his own head. Just
I've never seen a more Hayden meme in my fucking life.
That's why I sent it to you, and I was like, Hayden.
I love it so much.
As you look for it, you find that the iron reinforced cabinet does not appear to be trapped. It does appear to be locked.
Oh no.
Like I said. Lexi, were you investigating the other one? Please roll me investigation.
Okay, here
Well,
I
they're
go,
checking
not
these two
having
things here.
reliable talent.
That's about right.
It does
Look,
not.
so they're
no, a
checking these two
17.
things
What
here.
you can collect, that one also does not appear to be trapped.
I will just start gathering some of the golds and stuff and like just trying to divvy out like between how much everybody should have while
There's
they're
a lot
doing
there on the shelves. If you were to just take stock, there's various gemstones. There are various. It feels video gamey to just tell you, but I'm just going to tell you the amounts because nothing is gained otherwise. This is a dragon horde. They're arranged. There are 2,000 gold pieces, which would weigh a total of 40 pounds. There are 20 platinum coins that are arranged into these 2 neat little piles of 10 on one of the shelves. There is 75,000 sen.
Oh my goodness.
One of these like entire shelves, which itself has 5 shelves to it, is nothing but sen. That has mostly been
bank here?
tied together. That would weigh a total of 1,500 pounds.
I'm so glad I have a bag of holding for all my riches.
You guys don't know the term for it, but there are 300 coins that are called senryu, which are effectively they're like the gold to the silver of what sen is. They're sen coins that are made of slightly more valuable materials. There's about 6 pounds of those. There are, one moment, plus, as I looking around, it looks like there's 5 diamonds of the sort that Fenris would normally make use of.
Ooh.
Heck yeah.
There are 2 eye agates. There's 1 garnet. There are 2 lapis lazulis, 2 pearls, 1 ruby, and 1 tourmaline.
Hell yeah.
That is
Basically, he would just, while they are doing their thing, he will just be taking stock, trying to divvy up as much as they can. Looks to the sin and just like goes, someone will take care of that. And then I just take care of everything else.
I threw it all into the party sheet. It's all there.
I'm gonna try to open the lock on the iron frame.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a Thieves' Tools check.
Damn.
You can't roll less than a 23, huh?
Yep.
I can't, and I'm so fucking happy, Logan.
Avi, you take that lock out with ease. You suppose that probably they expected that you shouldn't be able to get in the room, so the locks inside are probably not as good as the locks on the main door that was there.
That makes sense.
As you open that cabinet, you find inside there seems to be a series of potions that are sitting there of various descriptions. One moment, please. There are 3 potions of superior healing. There are 7 potions of healing. And there are 2, and here's where the party goes crazy. There are 2 potions of speed.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Everybody's favorite
Foams at the
potion.
mouth.
No, Alejandro, trust me, you'll when you get acquainted with those, you'll like them.
You'll get
One of them goes to Alejandro.
Yeah, it has to.
And there is one potion that is sitting, which is this syrupy-looking iron-like potion that you have not seen before.
I'm gonna do that thing that we learned we can do in D&D, and I'm gonna dip my finger in it and like figure out what the fuck it is.
When you do so, when you taste it, it tastes of mercury. Like when you dip your finger in, it like almost coats it, and when you put it on your tongue, you feel like you're rubbing paint on your tongue. However, when you do so, this is a potion of invulnerability. When you drink it, for 1 minute, you have resistance to all damage.
Oh my god!
My goodness. So that should probably go to one of the hunt.
I was just thinking that. I vote Miriam.
Uh-huh.
I vote this
Yeah.
person.
That makes sense.
You think
Yes.
resisting damage is gonna save me?
That's true.
Already.
Yes! We have
Um,
some potions.
Oh.
It's like we've got 3 superior potions, 7 potions of normal healing, 2 of speed, and looks like this, from what I can surmise, is a potion of invulnerability of some kind.
Oh.
Misleading title.
Stand up,
More like a
turn
potion
around.
of reduced vulnerability.
Sounds like you need that. Shove it at Miriam.
Joke's on you, I'm just gonna make someone else drink it.
Yeah, maybe have Avi drink it since she's always rushing into danger.
Sure.
That's true.
I'm of the personal belief that if we have potions of healing in there, it should go to the rogues. Both of you are faster than most other people and can't heal. Flux and Fenris both can. I kinda can. Enough to get people up in any case. Maybe a couple to Nimricus as well. I think the flight would be useful. But just your sheer mobility would let you get to people who might be in danger.
I wouldn't mind replenishing my potions at all.
I'm gonna open the other one.
Do it.
All right.
You're right.
Go ahead.
I'm still like giving up. I'm still over here like giving up coins.
Roll me a thieves' tools check, please. You're still divvying up coins.
I'm just like, what the hell is with all these coins? It's way too many.
So, Lexi, as you reach down, you click the lock. As you do, it opens incredibly easily. This is a very, very uninteresting, feeble lock. It is child's play. This is literally the kind of thing you would have practiced on when you were first learning. So you have a moment of feeling validated. You have a moment of feeling victorious. And then as the chains fall away, you hear just your fox ear twitches and you just hear a faint... as you hear the sound of what you would associate as a gas canister.
God damn it.
You guys start to see this noxious gas begin to fill the room. Heckin', hold
What
on.
about those of us who need to breathe?
Those of you who need to do not need to breathe, you will still have to roll against it, because part of this is acid.
Oh,
Gotcha.
Oh shit. Oh, that's
Logan,
not good.
question.
Yeah.
Before you roll it, is it possible for Avi to gust of wind against the
By the
fucking
time you would
gas?
become aware that it is there, tell you what, I'll have everybody roll the I'm gonna have you roll a dex save. Roll me a dex save.
Okay, you got it, BB.
As you do this, so Avi, you got a 27. You would definitely have a moment where when this happened, you could react if you want to.
I would like to. I'd like to flip out my fan and cast Gust of Wind
Blast
towards...
Lexi into the wall.
Good fucking riddance.
But you know, it's such a fucking angle that I can be like, bam, but not my fucking grandma daughter.
Yeah, likely story.
Shut up. Dude.
Like when you first said you wanted to like do a gust of wind, I didn't think about your fan. I thought you meant your wings, and I thought you were just going into the middle of the room acting like a fucking Pidgeotto or something, flapping the wings. Yeah, like
That is 100%.
I've embraced who I am.
100% what she's doing.
So, as you go to do so, you create a gust of wind, you cast the spell. As you do, you see that the gas, as it's beginning to form, it is coming from multiple sources in the room. It seems like it's coming out of each corner, so even though the gust of wind can push a funnel of it forward, it still seems to be filling the room from the other sides. I'm gonna roll con save against everybody.
Wait, success is good, right?
Yes.
I forgot.
Alright, so...
Oh
Roll
boy.
bad at news.
I feel like that's
Here
a
we
genuine
go.
question.
Could I use my immunity?
Are you?
Yes, I would like to then.
Yes. Let's see. So people who failed. Miriam. Fenris.
Me?
Nemric. And Flux. So...
I also failed.
Oh, you also failed? Okay.
Uh-huh.
Real quick, I'm going to roll...
Of course.
I'm gonna roll these two damage types separately.
Let's go, bitch.
Everybody would take 17 points of, this would be poison damage. Those who do not breathe, you would not take that damage. My brain is frying right now because I just tried to do it separately. Those who succeeded, you take half of the following. You take the following. 8 poison, 6 acid. Done! Don't know why that didn't work! Don't know why my brain was fighting me on that! Alrighty. It takes about a minute, after which you start to see it begin to clear. It disperses. A rotten smell comes out of the room and starts to fill the area as it disperses, but it seems to be relatively harmless after that point.
Could have been worse.
I'm really sorry, you guys. I thought it wasn't trapped. It seemed like it wasn't.
It's okay.
That's alright.
Must have
You
been
know
very
how
well
it is.
hidden.
Seems
It's
to be the way
occasionally
of
hard
this
to
place.
discern.
Yeah,
It's alright, let's see. This place is awful.
that's true.
Avi will bend down and just kiss the top of Lexi's head.
Mm.
You're okay.
I mean, you didn't mess up though.
You didn't mess up, you just didn't know. That's different.
I should have checked better.
Sometimes they're more hidden than you think.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea how many things have quite literally exploded in my face, Lexi? And you've been doing this longer than I have. You're doing fine.
Okay.
How long have you been doing this?
Longer than I have.
Since they were a kid, right? So,
Wait.
basically like 3 times Avi and I's age.
Wait, how
What?
old are you?
Shifty eyes.
I think I used to do the math.
Alejandro's
I think
brain
we're
lights
as
up.
old
Mayan.
as Quintus, Aviana, and me combined, if I remember right.
What?
You're not a child?
Of course she isn't!
No.
Wow.
I'm a grown
Yeah,
up.
why would you ever think that?
Wow.
Have you seen her face?
I just want to see a little sweat drop go down Aviana's face.
And besides, I mean, she's not particularly old either.
That's true.
Yeah, all right,
No, we
Fatima.
leave that to you.
Wait.
I am
Wait.
not about to be age shamed by a bunch of people who have a shorter lifespan than I do. Now wait a minute.
From what I
I'm so
understand, I have a
confused.
plenty long lifespan, unfortunately.
While they're having this discussion, Wrench is just like racking his brain and just stares at Lexi, trying to come up with a fucking number in his head.
Wait, how old do you think I am?
I don't know anymore!
Well, how old are you?
I don't even remember now!
Let me look at the
no.
palm of my hand!
You guys short-circuited Wrench.
Just going through a midlife crisis, sweating, looking at his hands.
Are you also an Osterlet? No, you have to be younger than me.
But
It's like
calm down,
looking
make
down
you
like,
feel better. I'm 83.
Okay, you are. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Wait.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for an elf, she would still be seen as under age almost.
Yeah, she's still a child.
But for a Kitsadria, I'm a grown up.
Ah.
Mm-hmm. I don't understand why this is so confusing to you.
My head hurts.
Okay.
It will be okay.
Mm-hmm.
In the meantime, Master Tag, do you still have the spell storing item? I think we may be in need of it.
I guess I've been holding it this whole time. Have it back.
Just awkwardly in your pocket, like.
Forgot I had it.
Vibrating in his pocket the whole time.
Guys.
Sorry.
I'll give healing to anyone who needs it.
Yes, please.
So
I
let's
think that
see.
shit burned off some of my feathers.
So
Whenever I see Flux doing that to people, I'm just gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna check and see if the room's fine. Then I'm gonna walk back in the room.
Oh my god.
You do. You return in. You see the cabinet that had been opened. The cabinet that had been opened, unfortunately, doesn't seem to have anything in it.
It's trapped from the start.
I'm gonna put some gold in the cabinet before Lexi gets in here.
Oh!
Can
Dude,
I?
there was this whole cabinet filled with like 5 gold.
Shit
Oh
like
my
that.
God.
Which is why I thought you were younger.
My goodness.
I don't know what you're talking about. No, I'm gonna go in the room and be like,
Is it safe? Name
I will
does it
be-
seem safe?
I will be like over the cabinet, like putting stuff in my bags. Like, oh yes, it's safe.
I'm just
Hey,
gonna
Wrench.
stand.
Yeah.
It's unrelated to what's going on entirely, definitely. But did you know that in tigers, they will oftentimes pretend to be frightened of their children to encourage them to sneak up on them?
That's so cute.
Looks like there was about 50 gold, some sin in here.
I don't know, it just popped in my head for some reason.
You're missing our tiger.
After he says that, I just look at Lexi and I'm like, just squint. I'm watching you from now on.
she's like not even paying attention to you fucking squinting at her. She's just like, look at all the stuff that was in the box. It wasn't pointless, you guys. We found stuff.
Yeah, you keep acting all happy-go-lucky, you son of a bitch. He's just like whispering, almost monologuing to himself.
Here, Lexi.
Fenris-
I'll get. There was this tourmaline in here too. You can take that.
What a good box.
I'm gonna put a tourmaline into the party sheet. He's like, oh yeah, here, take this. This was in here too.
Oh my goodness.
Makes me wonder how old Rory thinks she is.
Oh, yeah, he doesn't know.
Probably younger than you thought she was.
I don't know who
probably.
the hell this Rory is, but I promise you like 12 or 14.
Yeah. Probably.
Well, I mean, like, I try not to tell people because Logan told me not to.
No, I know.
You should be, as long as
And I-
you're pretending to be human. I mean,
That's true. Everybody kind of knows here, so it doesn't really matter, I guess.
Yep, and I mean, really, you can't go wrong with listening to the traveled and aged wisdom of a 19-year-old contributor to a genocide.
I mean, that's
What?
true.
What?
I really shouldn't listen to Logan as much as I do.
He means well, and he's got a lot more insight than you'd expect. But yeah,
he's he's
I
wise
thought
for
I had
19.
an idea of this Vogan, but wow.
You know, I was having a
He
thought when
sounds
we were at
awful.
the mirrors. If he had been there, there would have been way more jokes about me than I would have liked.
Oh, that's true.
You know?
Mm.
I'm really grateful he's not here.
But at the same time, if he was here, he could look in the mirror and then you can make fun of whatever he saw.
you could
Oh, no.
you could almost hear him laughing in the distance.
It's true.
I heard his voice.
Fenris winces as a single tear rolls down her face. Bald.
Oh.
But the thing is,
She'll turn,
Miriam,
bite her
it's
lip.
far too easy to make fun of him without the mirrors.
Oh, I see. You gotta be savage right now. He's not even here.
Save it for when we see him again.
Yeah, he's probably worried, sick about all of you. Can we go back to the part? Can we go back to the part where a 19-year-old committed genocide?
Helped commit genocide.
Yeah, not by himself.
Oh, yeah. That makes it better.
Shall we check on this last box?
Yes.
Aviana, maybe you'd better check it out, just in case.
Are you sure?
I think you could do it. Oh,
This one looks like
alright.
it might be magically protected.
Oh.
I'll
Look
check
for
the
glyphs.
maps. Yeah.
All right, roll me investigation.
I do.
Touch it. Son of a bitch.
Yeah. I know.
It's got a glyph of warding. What's its trigger? Looking for traps. What an insidious trigger!
I'm just a sneaky
Outside of
little
building.
Hanyo.
Cuts
Crawling
outside
in
of
the walls
building,
looking
explodes.
for cheese.
So a 19. Yeah, as you search for it, you do find that on the surface there is a faint, as you trace your fingers along it and look for it, you do notice there's a faint shimmer of arcane energy, almost imperceptible. You can tell there is, in fact, a glyph on it.
Oh.
Also, when you touch it, when you come into contact with this box, there's a cold feeling coming from inside of it. The feeling is very similar when you touch it, like your chest seizes up very, very similarly to how you felt in the room below.
Oh.
Ryuji, that's enough. Jesus Christ, man.
It's Ryuji. You open the box, it's Ryuji.
Oh, you just hear a muffled boop.
Emergency rations.
Emergency.
The vet did say he's getting a little fat, so you know.
Aw.
Wow.
Oh, back in.
I will cast Dispel Magic on it when they report it.
Please roll me a spellcasting ability check.
Yeah, she would let them know that it feels cold. Like that room.
I am
You are
off.
confident that the glyph is probably still there.
I'll give it a shot. It's not usually my MO, but sure. As well.
Please roll me a spellcasting ability check. As you put your hand on it, it'd be a +3, you said?
Yep.
Yeah. As you put your hand on it, you put magic in it, you attempt to remove and dispel whatever is there. You wouldn't have any immediate knowledge of if it worked or not.
Well, I certainly cast the spell.
Whereas Marion
I'm
would have been
willing to-
like, nope, I bumbled the fuck out of that. There's no way it's gone.
Huh.
Just looking at Miriam helplessly.
Someone open it then.
I mean, I'm ready for this to blow up in my face, so just be ready for healing, I guess.
Yep.
If you all
Did it
if you
on-
all are still worried about it, I do still have this. I'm gonna motion to the mace. If it is some sort of a weird cold thing that is going to come out at us, I could try to make myself immune to it.
No, I mean cold as in how I felt in that room. Like how it literally felt like death.
Like
Vacant.
steam cold.
Yeah.
Surprised to hear you object to Nemric opening it, but you know. That's improvement.
This
Thumbs
is
up.
the lair of a lich. We don't know what kind of magic they could have put on it. It could
Who
kill
knows? Not a loss then. And I'll start picking it.
Alright, as you do. I want to know, because no one said they
you.
moved.
Yeah, as soon as she does that, I am going
Yeah.
to dive.
Yeah, we,
Yeah, moving out of the way.
I will wait inside.
I'm so tempted to be like, no one said they moved and that rolled, but I'm gonna be a nice boy. So, who is remaining near it?
Me.
Not me.
I will
I
stay.
would have.
Nemric tag
No
and Avi.
way.
Looks like.
Yeah.
Nemric and Avi, please put the +4 into your modifier windows to account for
Yes.
him. As you do so, you see that the glyph does light up. This yellowish glyph covering the entire box suddenly springs to life as you become aware the magic did not dispel it.
Oh no.
As you go to use it, you hear this rising screeching sound, and then a wave of energy, of pure sound and force, erupts from it. This is going to be thunder damage. I'm sorry, Nemric. I don't think you can interact with this.
I cannot interact with thunder damage now.
Uh-oh.
Avi, you nat 20. Good job. Tag, you got a 26. You succeed. Nemric, you hold out the mace.
I'm sure this is fine.
You hold out the mace with a moment of like, whatever this is, I'm going to...
Can I please crash into the sin?
Totally. As it blasts you back, the chest, the most of it explodes as the glyph detonates. There's a whirlwind of sound and force as Nemric is hit back into the sen, and there's just this clattering sound, just this progressive, like, coins falling into a pile over him as they're pouring down onto him. I'm gonna roll damage.
I may have been a little overconfident.
Nemric, you take 26. Tag and Avi, you take 13. Unfortunately, evasion does not let you avoid this because it was a con save. Avi. What you do, guys, do duck out of the way. You duck to the ground, take less of it. Coins repeatedly, just one after another, fall from the shelf above him, just striking Nemric repeatedly in the head.
Ow, 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 ow.
Then it stops.
I just put my
They
hand over my
slow.
head.
One stops. And then one final one.
Ow. I
Looks
stand
back,
up.
As it clears.
Looks back at Lexi. Looks back at Lexi, just like, see, we all make mistakes.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
As you look back, you see, almost untouched, Avi, you're the first one that would notice it. In the place of where the chest was, seemingly as something that shouldn't need this entire chest, there is contained within another container that does not appear to be locked, just a metal two-piece like shell that is containing something. It looks a bit larger than a book.
Huh.
Has a latch on either side, just a small little latch, keeping the two halves of it secured together. Looking at it, it seems to have completely survived and negated any damage it would have taken.
Can I do a divine sense?
You do, though the effect doesn't necessarily normally respond to whatever this is. When you do, it's not that you detect anything. It's that from the space that it's in, you detect nothing, as if there is just this hole in space where this is. Whatever it is seemingly devoid of character or purpose or identity.
Is it the heart?
Ooh, I help pry Nemric out from the wall,
I'm fine.
brushing him off.
I'm fine. It's
As he
just-
does,
it's
there's
just
the
a shock.
humorous clattering of hundreds of coins falling off of him.
I'll get the
You've got
rod.
dust all over your face.
No,
Ren
it's
walks in.
no need for the rod. No, I'm fine. I'm
walks in
perfectly
again.
fine.
Are you Sentient?
Hey, how you
You
guys
look quite unwell.
doing?
I'm perfectly fine.
Oh my god.
Mostly unscathed.
Yeah.
What about him?
Perfectly fine. Just a little overconfidence.
You look like hell.
I would advise against going without healing, Master Nemric.
I don't
Heal him
need
up.
anything. Don't worry. No, I
Never
don't.
I have to
healing.
I do not
insist.
need any.
I mean,
I
you
would
look
have to
hard.
insist myself. I'm perfectly
Why?
fine. We are about to try to run away from a creature we have no idea of their fighting prowess. We need to save what we can. I'm fine.
There's blood coming out of your ear.
No, there's
you're
that's
really messed
not
up.
blood.
There literally can't be.
See?
Yeah,
It
but
would,
you still look
it
messed
would
up.
dissolve.
See? You guys are wrong.
There's blood dissolving out of your ear.
That's just
When-
nice
when you,
blood
like-
dissolving.
It's like litter.
I'm
Red
perfectly
glitter
fine.
coming out of your ear.
I'm
Fenris
perfectly
gets
fine.
Fenris
All
gets
right.
this pouty, like determined look on her face. Nemric, as the medical person of this team, I have to insist we all must be at the best health we can be at.
Well, perhaps you should
Right.
make that for your team. I'm just here to observe, if you remember.
Wrench the
While he's
whole
distracted
time
talking to...
that Fenris was just saying that. He's just looking at her like, you didn't think about that, did you?
What were you gonna say, Izzy?
I was saying while he's distracted, talking down Fenris, I'm
Oh,
just
I
gonna
am not
come out of him as
distracted.
blind spot. Damn it!
I am not distracted. I have a fucking 19 perception. Fuck you.
Damn.
Yeah,
Fine,
that's
I'll
fair.
roll stealth.
That's fair. He
We'll
brought
see
in the
how this goes.
perception.
If he comes at me, I'm dodging. I would like to do a dex save if he comes at me.
May I roll stealth to see if I can surprise him while he's talking to someone else?
The impression I'm getting is that he's got his eyes on you. And given what I know he's doing, that is kind of what he should be doing, even if he didn't tell me. If you wish, you can make a spellcasting ability check, kind of to simulate an attack roll, to try to do it against his will. Now it's your turn to be on the attacking side.
Oh, how the table.
What is your how do we want to do this? Roll me a dex save, Nemric. We're gonna use that as the DC. Roll me a dex save.
Alrighty. Hiya.
Get it, bitch.
You rush towards him. Don't expend a use of the rod, but you rushed at him and try to prod him with it. As you do, his wings come out. He dodge rolls to the side and leaps out of the room away from you.
I'm good. Stay away.
Okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but this seems very familiar.
Yes. And you all thought I was crazy earlier.
You still might be.
Oh, he's crazy. Okay, that's what he's saying.
I'm not crazy. Just don't
Well, why would
worry
you wanna
about
keep
me.
Ian Hart, that's a wee bit mental, is it not?
You're too useful.
Oh, wow.
That really cut through.
That's a fucking compliment.
We can do this the easy way or the hard way. Please come down. And as I'm speaking, those are healing words.
You can't dodge out of the way of that, I'm afraid.
I can't dodge out of the way of healing word, no.
Sneaky. I love you.
So go ahead and roll a healing word against him. Nemric, you would become aware that you are being healed in this moment.
I'm escaping. I'm running away.
Which way? So let's do the heal first. Roll the heal first.
Yep.
Just start hucking potions at it.
I didn't proclaim this was at a higher level, so I guess I'll do it at base.
You regain 5 points of health, Nemric. As soon as it happens, you feel the magic on your skin, and it sends shivers down your spine. It almost, though it doesn't physically hurt you, you swear it's burning.
I am running off in this direction. I'm out of here.
Nemric!
After him!
And if they do start chasing me, if I do see them chasing me, I'm putting up a fucking wall of fire behind me.
Oh my gosh, where are you putting it up?
I will wait till I get to this room, and then it's going right here.
As he gets into that room, I assume you're using the rod?
Yeah.
As he gets over to that room, he rushes forward. You all rush out to follow him. He turns. You see him take out the rod of Tiamat, and the red head on its eyes glow briefly. He sweeps it across the room, and a wave of fire erupts and blocks the door.
All right, fine. Let him kill himself.
I'm just stretching.
You guys can continue in the room. I'll wait for Nemric.
We'll get him.
I'm gonna stay on the other side and I'm gonna hide. That's all I'm doing. I'm not going too far away.
Just for the fun of it, roll me a stealth check. Just for in general, if anybody tries to get you. And roll it into the tower. That way they don't even know what you rolled.
It lasts for up to a minute. So it's gonna last a minute.
So we would say that over the course of this happening, the fire would remain and then it would die out. And once it does, if any of you were to go to check past it, Nemric appears to be gone.
By the way,
those in the room during that minute, because that would take a minute to get there. What are you guys doing?
Yeah. I'm going to wait by the
I would have gone after
wildfire.
Nemric.
I get that, Fenris.
Yes.
I'm asking more about what the people that are back there not engaging with the wall are doing.
I'm gonna attack Lavi.
Okay.
Ah.
Oh.
And I'm gonna sit on them.
Ah. Get the fuck off me.
I have a distinct trademark on diminishing the value of my life in this party, and I'm not gonna let you start doing it.
Start. Miriam, you're aware of what I am, aren't you?
I grab my own horn. Oh no.
you know that I am not worth keeping alive.
I want to lean in and give him a kiss on the forehead. There's people who miss you if you're gone. Now get off him. Anyways, he'll be back, guys. He can't leave me. He'll just be creeping in the shadows like a weirdo.
That's
yeah,
true.
I said like a weirdo. Yeah, he'll be back. He'll be fine. Fuck you, Mario!
You can just hear it come from beyond the wall.
Tag would have continued on after the firewall went down.
Oh, shit.
Where he thinks
You ran out of
everyone
the
else
through the room, out the other side of the room.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I would follow Tag.
Okay.
I'm concerned.
Guys, I didn't want to hurt you.
Is anybody doing
jumping into the hurt?
just to get it clear? Is anybody doing anything in the room with the container? What's going on with the containers? Anybody taking
I'm
it?
gonna touch it.
Okay. You touch it. As you touch it, again, it fills you with that same feeling the other room did. This void-like absence of anything.
Shake it.
When you shake it, there is a soft shuffle from inside that sounds like it sounds like something book-like, as well as another loose piece of paper.
I'm trying to open it.
You undo the latches. As you do, you pull the top half off, and what you see inside, there is a book inside that is a pristine book with black leather binding. There is a red bookmark that is attached to the spine that appears to be running through part of it that seems to have a certain part of it bookmarked inside. As well as with it, there is a small letter that appears to have been set on top of it that is currently wrapped and has a nondescript wax seal keeping it closed.
Dagger. I'm just holding out to Avi.
Yeah. She'll open it.
While Avi opens it, I'm gonna study the book for any other glyphs of warding.
As you look at it, are you opening it or are you just looking at it?
Just the cover first before I open it.
It appears to be completely blank. Just a black-bound leather book.
I'll wait for Avi to finish before I do anything else.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I'm sure it's up by now, but I want to use my. I can activate my predator eye again, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. I look over at the book, just glancing from the side, see if anything's up with it.
Looking at it, it doesn't seem to give off anything. It seems to give off absolutely nothing. It just seems like a void in space. Even when you look at it with True Sight, almost when you turn on True Sight, it becomes more nondescript. As if the ability to see what it truly is causes it to just look like this black hole in your vision that is book-shaped.
Jesus, as I see that, I'm gonna rub my my fake eye, just be like, Jesus, what the fuck? It looks more blurry with my eye on. Then I look at the box. Do I see anything with the box that Avi has?
They're opening the letter.
Yeah, the
nope,
letter.
that looks like just a normal piece of paper.
I'm gonna undo the wax seal with Vox Victoria and just open the letter.
As you take it out, you find a relatively normal-looking letter that is written in what looks to be common. Do you read it?
I do read it.
As you read it, I'm just going to say what it says out loud, if that's cool. The writing on it reads, "This dark tome is not to be used by any. None who would do good would benefit from it, and surely those who wish for evil may not be allowed to have it. Its curse, simple yet addicting. The young necromancer claims he found it here within Honokuni. I wonder if it is a vestige of this dark country's very soul given form. I entrust it to the Bastille. Despite our differences, I can think of no safer place beyond the obvious one, but that place need not have any object added. Signed by Tyr."
Tyr wrote this.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, me neither.
Mother Tyr. The woman. I'm not sure what to make of it, except that is bad news.
Apparently.
I'm not a big fan of old books.
Don't give it a don't give it a old scaredy cat over there hiding.
Huh.
Wow.
I would never give this to Nemric.
I'm putting it into the party sheet, the book that is. It is in there as black leather book.
Yeah, I gotta.
So opening it,
Be careful.
it at first seems to just be gibberish. Like, not gibberish, but there doesn't seem to be a specific theme to what you're reading. It appears to feature nothing except for words of warning about various futures for people that you don't know. There's anecdotes written from various people about misfortunes that became them. Every few pages you find like an old, like vague, hard to uncover image of various terrible things that happened. You turn the page, you read more anecdotes. At one point you flip back to another picture and it has changed to be the landscape of the country. You find the text on the pages changes from moment to moment.
This is like the fire downstairs.
No. Visions, but I guess in word.
And image.
Oh, really? Do you think it's hard to describe what I want to say, but it's people writing it, and then because we're in how weird Honokuni is and we don't know how time works, it's being written at the same time?
I don't think so. I think it's trying to tell us multiple stories at once, would be a guess.
Think it could tell us our story?
I think that might be what's dangerous about it.
That is definitely. And judging from this letter, none who do good would benefit from it. So,
Oh, none who do good.
None who do good would benefit from it.
Yeah,
And
definitely don't give it to Nemric.
those who do
What the fuck?
evil may not be allowed to have it. I'll look at Miriam. Don't let me keep this, because I feel like it's a bargaining chip for something that I want.
Me being the shortest one in the room, just looking back and forth at them.
I mean, I was thinking, and this is just off the cuff, I was wondering what would happen if I burned it in the fire downstairs, but that also seems interesting.
She doesn't need any more tomes like this.
I also don't think they can find us here.
I know. I know they can't. I'm just... If I took it out of here, I'd be tempted.
As you skim through it, Miriam, you open one page, and there seems to be an illustration of what looks like the ruins of a stronghold, with a lake surrounding it, damage causing the stronghold to have collapsed and flooding pouring in. After a second of contemplating it and looking at it, and looking at the landmarks surrounding it, you realize you're looking at a aerial illustration of the Bastille, but destroyed and flooded.
It's possible we're about to have a bad time.
Oh?
What does that mean?
I mean, it looks like this place is, at least in whatever the book's showing me right now, destroyed, and given that there's a giant cannon thing above us.
Yeah, then we should probably get the fuck out of here.
Can you swim?
What, me?
Yeah.
Maybe. I never. How big is the water?
You know the moat?
Big is the water. Go, sorry.
It's that. This is the whole moat.
Yeah, I'll probably drown.
Don't do that. Stay close. I'll snap the book shut.
We can put it in the bag of holding.
It feels, just so you know, like something a creature could attune to.
I will tuck it into the haversack.
Doesn't feel like it's of use to any of you guys, though. I'm just,
Shut up.
You're not in the room. Get out of here.
You don't know if I'm in the room. I'm kidding.
Splinter Cell in the top corner looking at
Like a fucking lizard.
I'm playing.
You guys move through the room, Tag, and the others, you Tag and Flux, you proceed through the room, heading beyond it.
I am also there.
And Lexi also, okay.
I was making sure, fuck.
The party chasing Nemric, you guys move through the room and beyond it as just kind of tucked in under one of the tables behind some wreckage. Just in the dark, Nemric is just crouched down, hiding himself as best he can.
What was
under
my
a
role?
table.
I need to know.
24.
Oh.
We would just be like kind of passively searching for him, so yeah.
And your passive perception would not find
Yeah.
him.
Damn you.
You know what? Let me try something. Oh wow! I bet Fierna would love this. This seems really cool.
Oh, I see what you're doing. You're right. Fiona would really like this.
It seems so evil and powerful.
So
Things that-
powerful.
I hate
Things
that this
that
is what they think
Fierna
of me.
likes.
No,
Wait,
we have
who-
to roll persuasion.
Wait, who's Fiona?
Oh boy.
A lord of hell.
He's working for.
Oh.
You like
He's working for a
loves it,
lord
he
of
thinks she's
hell?
the best. I know he's the worst.
He's not so bad.
Oh my
He
god,
is
Fenris,
rather
you're here.
friendly.
Was I?
No,
Oh, snuck up on me.
I have a habit to do that. Sorry.
I'm guessing
I
we
could
don't
have
get to
died
roll.
again.
We don't get to roll persuasion. But, Logan, no. Oh, damn.
Deception and
Damn.
persuasion rolls among players do not exist.
Fine.
They are only done if both sides jokingly agree that that's what's going on. They have no mechanical weight.
Okay.
I literally just want to be, upon hearing that coming, like, echoing around, just, like, looking off, like, fucking really.
I don't think Nenrik is that stupid.
No.
I mean, he really likes her, so I don't know.
It was a
Seemed
good
Yes, but
idea,
that seems like an
Lexi.
obvious ploy.
Well, he is also crazy right now.
Well,
Indeed, we
He's-
do not know how his mind works at this moment.
he's afraid.
Hmm.
He's not crazy. He can still be reasoned with, but
I believe he is both.
So we have to like convince him that we're not scary.
Or that we are not trying to heal him? Seem to be his sticking point.
I'll just yell out, Nemric, I'm sorry they tried to deceive you, but we're only trying to help you. Please, come out.
I'm gonna like elbow tag, being like, "Oh, that's a really good plan. That'll frick him."
I'll like hide up on this. I'll go like, I'll fly up to the ceiling and then I'll like grab him when he comes back.
That's not
No.
necessary.
No?
this isn't.
Okay.
He can still be reasoned with.
Okay, so we shouldn't have any kind of plan. We're just trying to find him.
With
Nemric?
Tagachi saying that, I do feel that he kind of wants to respond, but at the same time, what were you saying, Fenris?
I hate to ask this in this situation, but I think you need to trust us. We haven't done anything to you before. We want to help.
I mean you no harm, at least.
I also mean you no harm.
I don't mean you any harm.
Indeed. We only wish to help.
You're our friend.
And I know
Then
few
let's
who wouldn't
worry
let
about
their
getting out of here then.
Okay, we can do that. We should do that
Turns
together,
around.
though.
Well, that
Yeah.
son of a bitch was right behind us.
You guys are like on the other side of that room talking, and he's 6 feet to the left under a table. Just
Man slightly to the left.
he's just against the wall.
He's just in the corner, clinging to the wall
Like a bat.
like a goddamn bat. Oh, hi.
Just stay away from me. Don't do that again, and let's worry about getting out of here.
All right.
That is fair.
Okay.
But I do have to ask, Master Nemric, is whatever you are afraid will happen if we heal you really worse than what will happen if we don't? Going into battle that injured would
You're
truly
better
be
off not
disastrous.
knowing. You're better off not knowing what I know. Alright, just leave it at that.
I feel like we should just give him some space for now.
If you wish to talk about it, we're here. If not...
That's all I mean. You don't have to do anything you don't want to.
Let's see what's going on with the others.
Okay.
As
Fenris,
He says, staying 15 feet away from them at all times.
Fenris will lean over and paddily whisper to Tagachi, if he's going to call me his sister, he should at least let me help. She's gonna humbly walk away.
I'm also just gonna nudge Tag again, like, good plan.
All according to cake.
Oh, yeah.
As the rest of the group is like going back in, I'm just lingering behind and waiting for Nemric.
Staying just out of Tagachi aura range.
Oh my god.
That's how you know he's crazy.
He'll
I'm
just
coming. I'm coming.
Yeah. He'll just stay back like in the room where he was hiding and everything. Can we talk?
About this?
The rest of the group might not understand, but I'd like to at least understand what you're going through.
Tagachi, I'm not a fool. I know what this seems like it is. And it might be a part of it, but it's something different, alright?
I believe you.
They don't need to know what's
I won't
actually
tell them.
going on.
And I won't tell them.
You probably don't either.
Nemric, I'm probably the most friendly face you'll find in this group.
Oh, without a doubt, but...
Come on. Talk to me. He'll just like lean against the wall, against one of the walls, slide down, just sit, and then pat next to him.
Tagachi, you know what this place does to you. What it's been doing to everyone. There's more to it than that, alright?
Like what?
Like, have you even thought about Fenris? She's not able to contact her deity. I can't contact Lady Fierna.
And I cannot contact Lady Setsumaru.
What is giving that kind of power to us, then? Something else is doing it. If something else is bestowing us these powers, then they have to be doing it for a reason. They have to be siphoning something. We're not healing.
We're not healing?
We're not.
Then what are we doing?
It's just like her.
Nemric? You have a brief moment of you blink, and you see sitting in the place of Taguchi, the same slender black figure that you have heard of the others hearing up until this point. And then in a moment of surprise, you blink again, and it's back to being Tag.
You've seen how she looked. You've seen how she was whenever we defeated her. That's what's happening to us.
Do you think we're going to wither and
We are.
die like her?
We are. I see it already.
What do you see?
At the moment, things I don't understand. I might have just seen a vision of something you all saw earlier, but that's weird because it's up here and...
well, maybe it's only...
My skin is decaying. You can't see it. But it is. It all makes sense, and when you think about it...
Is it only this healing that you received through the other's magical powers?
Probably more. It's probably everything. They don't... If they learned it, they would fall into despair. And I need them to get out of here, and I need you to get out of here, and we can't tell them.
Sure. I won't tell them.
Takachi, I don't mean to throw this on you. I don't. But like you said, you are one of the only if not the only one who I can talk to. Here. Truly.
You're a good man, Nemric. You're only looking out for everyone, right?
Well, I need them to get out of here, don't I?
Sure. You don't need me to get out of here, though.
Oh, I especially need you to get out of here. I don't trust them to get me out of here. That's why I asked you earlier. That's why I asked you the other day. Like, if make sure that... Though I did talk to Fenris, and she said that she wouldn't, so she would help. I mean, so maybe it's fine. I'm fine. Just don't come near me with that kind of stuff. Them either.
I won't. Don't worry.
Sorry for the fire.
Not my property you damaged. I don't care. Let's head back. Join the others.
Thank you, Takechi.
Of course. He'll give him a pat on the back.
Okay. So you guys head back to the rest of the group. I assume the entire thing does. Well, for the purposes of timing, we'll say the group rejoins in the vault room.
Do we find anything in here? You look through the book?
Yep.
Anything interesting?
Nope.
Nope.
All right. Anybody taking those potions of speed, potions of healing, potion of invulnerability?
No, Avi would collect them, and I'd already given Miriam the potion of invulnerability. I shoved that shit on him.
Right. Whoever's got them,
Like,
take
ow.
it. There's also
And
the paintings
again,
in that room, if anybody cares.
Yeah, are they in frames or are they like rolled up?
So on the side of the corner, I can tell you what's there if you want to know.
Yeah.
So I can add them to it. I don't know how much you guys care about art objects, but there is a black velvet mask that is stitched with silver thread. An electrum dagger sits in the corner as well, a ceremonial one with a black pearl in its pommel. A copper chalice with a silver filigree. An embroidered silk and velvet mantle set with numerous moonstones. An embroidered silk handkerchief. A gold ring set with bloodstones. A silver and gold brooch. A silver necklace with a gemstone pendant. A silver-plated longsword with a jet in it. And then, the paintings, there are 4 of them. One is a large painting depicting a 5 chromatic dragons convening. One is a painting of a man that stands upon a hill, looking alone but having lost nothing. One is a painting of a noble vampire upon a throne holding a card and a glass of wine. And one is a painting of 8 bards sat around a table playing a game of tactics and improvisation.
Yes!
I want that one. That's mine.
Would I be able to take the dagger and the gold ring and maybe the necklace? Because I'm like, shinies. Avi likes jewelry, shinies.
Ooh,
you go,
yes.
There.
Shut up.
An absolute bird.
They are, all that stuff is now in the party sheet.
I
Hell yeah.
believe that mantle. I'm taking it.
Do it. Just do it.
Fenris just like speed walks to it, and with the energy that you've only seen once of when she tried to hide that she stole the gloves, she'll like grab it, look at the group, and then just shuffle away.
Hey, I've seen that look before.
Oh, tag!
What
And
food
yes,
did you steal?
they do all have frames. You could, in theory, remove the frames and roll up the paintings, but they do all have frames.
Let's see. Large
Pouting
painting.
up at tag.
I'm gonna take the black velvet mask and the longsword.
Mm-hmm.
I was about to ask him like, if anyone wants a longsword. Heckin'.
I think he'd go for the man stood upon the hill. It seems like there's a lot of meaning there that he would like to dig into.
All right, go ahead.
I'm sure this means something.
I'll take the.
I don't
noble,
understand
you know?
it, but I'm
Painting
sure
of
it
a-
means something.
Painting of a man stood
Must.
upon a hill, alone but having lost nothing.
Which one are you taking, Aaron?
The noble.
Yeah,
Nice.
you have to.
When you take it, it does fill you with a familiar sense.
Fenris is just looking at the painting of the 8 bards at a table, like, what am I looking at?
That one's hot though.
Ain't the kill.
That one's hot.
Yeah,
I
looking
want
at
that
it, these bards appear to be engaging in some performative game as they.
I want it.
They have a map that
Oh.
seems crudely drawn in front of them. Various tiny pieces that they seem to have taken that are normal household items that they appear to be using to represent their pieces in the game that they're playing. One of them
That
has
one just has a piece of bread.
One of them has a divider set up between him and the others, and behind it seems to be craftily peering into a small book in his hand.
I want it.
How peculiar.
If you want it,
If
can
you
take
want
right?
it, take it. I don't think it's worth much.
I take it.
Alright, go ahead and drag it, Alejandro.
All right.
Do you guys think I should take the picture of the dragons and then I can hand it up, like I can hang it all up in like my house that I have?
That particular
Really
dragon depicts 5 chromatic dragons meeting. A very large red dragon seems to be calling them all to attention. A dragon that is as twisted as it is ferocious.
It'll intimidate people when they come in my manor.
It kind
does
of
sound
makes
quite
me think of the
effective.
Tenebros.
Oh, it's definitely whatever. It's definitely connected to whatever this is. I think you should take it.
Okay.
Hold up the mace, just like it's definitely connected to this. I think you should take it.
It's your house.
Okay.
And now what will you do?
We'll continue.
Yeah!
This way, and this way.
As you head down,
What a
you
detour.
come to the entry hallway that you can tell leads into Ravissimo's stage. You are on the far side now, and you pass by the hallway that appears to be blocked by a red curtain that's been pulled across it,
Pull back the curtain.
revealing Logan.
Logan!
Oh,
No.
geez.
It was me! All along!
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain!
No! Leave me alone!
I beat him
That's
up.
what Logan sounds like.
No! I'm trying to orchestrate a story of
Oh,
stakes
it's-
and intrigue. Stop, leave
It's
me
just
alone.
like...
As you guys move forward. You pull it, you see there's a small strip of hallway that goes beyond it. There it is. Small strip of hallway that moves beyond it. Coming to the end of it, you come to a door. You come to a very large, well, not very large, but large wooden door that has the phrase, heckin', I'm gonna murder this, and Bread's gonna get on my case, but, chambre et toilette? It seems to be written on the front.
Oh!
Oh, that's funny.
Oh boy! A treasure room!
Oh.
Sure it is.
So,
That's a bathroom, guys.
You hear the King of Lions speak up. That's her room. I've been in there.
Oh.
would you like to go inside?
I've been inside. I'll wait out here.
I'll open the door.
I'll stay with the king.
It is locked.
I don't open the door.
Okay, I'm on it.
Thank you.
I'm gonna do what I do bestest and check for trippy trappies. Y'all.
Yeah. So cool.
Does not seem to be trippy trappied.
I'm about to find out the hard way.
Ooh, that
Oh
would have
my.
been real bad.
It would
wouldn't
have
have.
done. It would have
wouldn't.
jumped. I can't roll lower than a 23, babe.
It would have been a 23.
Yeah, it's gross.
You find as you do it, a spell, the little sigils that indicate an alarm spell begin to go off, but you manage to prevent them from doing so. You manage to suppress it and unlock it properly. As it opens, it creaks open, and you smell the scent of smells like almost like a bathhouse inside. You smell perfumes, pleasant scents, much more pleasant than anywhere you've been recently. As you step in, and you see that it is perhaps once this had been a supply room, but it's been converted into living quarters that are far more splendid than anything you've seen in this domain, except for maybe some parts of the Yodica castle. There is a large curtain with drapes pulled that dominates the center of the room, separating the section on the southern end of the room. There's something beyond it that is obscured by them. There's a long, extended table set into the corner of the room with various shelves. You see wine glasses, different bottles of wine that appear to be prepared and set out. None of them labeled, but all of them different inside. There's another table with several mirrors set onto it on the eastern side of the room, and there's a large wardrobe that appears to be closed. Looks fairly magnificent.
Look to see if there's any secret exits to the room. If I was gonna put one, it would be in there.
Perhaps Lexi could draw that curtain back there with her magey hand thing.
You grab the curtain, you pull it across. You reveal what appears to be a very large tub of water. Behind the curtains, there's a massive tub that looks to be giving off a very faint amount of steam, despite there being no obvious heat source. As you look at it along the rim, you see there's various candles that appear to have been melted onto the edge of the large tub that are all giving off different qualities of light, giving it this rainbow-like hue. There's a series of rainbow-like hues that dance across the water. On the other side, you see there's more curtains. There are mirrors set up to reflect various angles of that side of the room. It effectively seems to look like a ye old hot tub, enhanced by magical attributes and candles.
And they have, there's like a little divider right here.
You want me to pull back more curtains?
Sure.
Okay. I do it.
As you do, as you pull it, you find that it's a solid set of mirrors that are set up. Like, it's not something you can pull to the side, but using the mage hand, you shift it down, you pull it, it comes crashing down onto the top of the tub, and you see the wall behind it is just stone.
While they're searching, I'm just gonna go over to the wine and try to, and just like hope for a second that I can taste it.
Roll investigation.
Just like half a second.
Deal with your thing first. You don't feel like you find anything.
Can't really find anything, I don't think.
Nemric, as you search, you do find there is a shelf with various mirrors put into the corner, allowing various angles for you to view oneself. There's a locked cabinet that is there that you can see appears to be just a cabinet that you would assume various beauty supplies and whatnot would be within, given the design of it.
I would I don't know if I didn't say it well enough or anything. I was just going up for the wine.
Yeah, and you walk over there, and that puts you in the area of what I just described.
I want to taste it.
You
I
can't.
want to, for a moment.
You
For a
can't.
moment, he's like, maybe I can.
You can't.
You don't know. You don't know,
can't.
God.
You God, you don't know
fucking
what I taste.
In this case, unfortunately, he does.
Yeah, he does.
He just looks at it, gets really upset at the wine for a second, pours it into the little chalice thing that he got from the other room.
Pat.
Takes another
Nods.
drink anyway. Anyone want to check out the wardrobe?
I'll take a look at it.
Doesn't really seem like there's anything back here, so okay.
Glug, glug.
Who knows? Maybe there's a secret door within the wardrobe.
As you pull it open, it is a wardrobe. There's various outfits that look to be the taste of Ravissimo, various dresses.
Can we check it
Check the
for
back.
like any
Is there a
compartments or buttons or anything?
Roll investigation.
Okay. I won't say
Say
Abby's not-
I do. Stop asking me if you can. Say I do so that we can eliminate that part of the transaction. Thank you.
Logan.
I was saying
You don't
I'd
find
do to
anything.
Logan first.
Shit.
Sorry, I had to. Okay. Damn.
The only other thing I can think of is, well, he points to the tub, but then he looks over to Miriam. If you think that could lead us to any sort of underground stream or anything, I don't know.
We know she had a tub. Our friend has used it before, remember?
What if we drained it and there's something at the bottom?
It's probably glass at the bottom now.
Oh.
From the mirror.
I mean, that's fair.
I don't think we're gonna find anything in here.
Aren't you good at breaking beds, Miriam? What about the bed?
I was cursed last time.
Why, Nemric? Are you interested in helping him?
Sure, I'm gonna make my way over to. I'm gonna put down my wine. I'm gonna make my way over to the bed.
Oh, really? I start walking towards Nemric.
Well, we should leave.
Fenris
Oh, no,
freezes.
I want you to see this. I push Nemric onto the bed.
Oh fuck!
Fenris is bracing herself on tag.
I have my arms crossed, but then literally I made sure to widen my eyes, so I'm watching.
I'm going to place one knee on either side of Nemric's shoulders, and I'm going to start unbuttoning my shirt very slowly.
Oh.
And about the third button down, I turn Fenris, get him.
What? Oh, I jumped! I run, I leap, I tap my elbow, I elbow drop with a fucking...
I cast banishment on both of them.
Greater restoration.
I cast banishment on both of them.
Counter spell.
You son of a bitch! You son of a bitch!
I'm gonna burn a fourth level spell, but also burn it on my glove to bump it up to 5th level.
So banishment is 4th level, right?
I have to use a 4th level slot anyways. I have no 3rd level slots.
Mine go for 5th because they're always 5th.
Wait, I might have to burn my 6th level
All
slot
right,
to do this.
Miriam, roll me a spellcasting ability check,
I'm
please.
gonna brain blast Miriam.
Okay.
What is happening?
Chaos.
They're trying to get rid of his madness.
All right, order of operations. Miriam, thank you. Success! He goes to cast banishment to try to get rid of both of them. As soon as he sees Fenris coming in, magic begins to happen. He just crushes your shoulders, and you find the hand motions you need to use to cast the spell vanish. There's a look of fear as Fenris's hand comes down, hits your head. Energy fills you, and you find your mind, though for a second you feel this intense burning feeling. It fades away into clarity as Nemric, you realize you've been acting fairly silly for a while.
Oh.
It is a distinct gradient of oops.
Fenris is just like frozen, bright red on the face, straddling Nemric, just like, you're fixed! Yay! And then she clambers off the bed, falling, then standing up, brushing herself off.
You both were right. Being in bed with you all is a very life-changing experience.
Wow. I just look at King.
They're outside. They didn't want to come back into this room for reasons.
Yeah, I walk out and I was like, you guys made the right choice.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I heard some commotion. I heard screaming.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah.
Fenris is trying to bury her head into fucking Tag's shoulder, just hiding her face in shame.
Aww.
That was wonderful.
Dude, I was in there being like,
Hell
are you
yeah.
about to get us banned? Shit.
Nemric's just sitting there like, I want to know what the hell you're doing, Mary. Oh God, it's her!
Fucking obvious just.
Go ahead. Okay, Master Nemric, I know the feeling.
Oh.
Huh.
Abby's just like leaning against like Miriam's shoulder with her elbow, just like nice.
That was tricky.
Fenris is gonna come over and hug Nemric. I'm so sorry. She's gonna like let him go and fluster away. I'm just glad you're okay now, but that must have been very frustrating on your end.
No, we're fine. Thank you for saving me from that. You too, Miriam. I suppose what you said earlier is true. I should probably, looks over to Tagachi, learn to trust you all a little more.
It is good to have you back, Master Nemric.
Do you maybe feel like you might want to get healed now?
Yes. Yes, please.
I come at him with the rod.
Oh no! He jumped on the bed with the rod and it started healing me. I'm kidding.
One dirty scene to another, I guess.
Here we go.
Look away, Fenris. Look away.
It's nothing I haven't seen before, Tag.
Look away, Fenris!
You're the one that broke the other bed.
Fenris! Look away!
You know what the funniest part is right now? I am back to the exact health I was before I exploded.
Hell yeah!
I'm at exactly the 60.
Fenris is my child. She may be older than me, but she is my child.
What do you mean?
Wow. All right, Avi.
I'm taking these blankets. Let's go.
What?
Taking these blankets. Let's go.
Do you?
Oh.
Oh,
I do only have one more of those, by the way. We should probably either get out of here or rest or something.
I mean, it looks like we're going out the front, so
Let's
Oh,
keep exploring.
this is just like.
I believe there's
Trying to
only
find
one
a way
other.
out.
I believe there's only one other place we haven't explored, and that's. I believe there was the cell off to the right of this place. We had passed it over whenever we had gone toward Ravissimo, but there was a suspicious-looking area over there.
I see a large number 6 here. I wonder if it means anything.
Who's to say?
It means it's a sign.
Anyways,
from your side, it
that's
looks
not
like
a 6,
9.
it's an ancient elven arcane symbol on its side. It's a glyph of warding at 9th level.
Oh, fuck!
Shouldn't have called attention to it. His trigger is being called attention to.
Oh, no.
It appears to be a dressing room.
The only thought I thought was maybe if there's any other sort of way out of here, it might be here or in the area below here. He shrugs.
I'm gonna just to help you with that. Going below, it appears there is a hallway that goes around it, but it is a nondescript.
Yeah.
yeah,
Since I
so at
know,
the front-
that you guys make investigation checks with a reasonable level of constant success, I would say that a quick search by Avi or Lexi would show that there's nothing worth, no passages or anything there.
Gotcha. Seems the only way is out then. Or, fucking out through the front.
all
That's
right.
what I meant to say.
We get to the staircase, we take a quick breather, and then we get ready for a fight.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
I was about to ask what time it was, and then it hit me.
Oh,
And now I'm
me
sad.
too.
Aw.
This place is awful.
I hate it. I was
That's the
Never
worst part of
mind.
this place.
Oh.
The worst.
I don't want to talk about it.
man.
Do we want to try to take a short rest? Is what we're thinking?
Yeah, probably.
Does anyone need any healing? I've got some spell slots that'll come back after a short rest.
Yeah.
Excuse me, kind sir.
Yeah, I'll,
I have.
I'll give you some cure wounds at second level.
Thank you.
Nice, nice.
And one more.
Wow,
Wow, there you go!
I think that just puts me to max.
I'm so close.
Does that
to
heal all of us?
That was at Aviana.
No.
Oh.
No, that was me.
Yeah, she looked the
Me.
worst out of
I
out
get
of
that.
everybody.
I
Yeah.
look
I'll just roll
spooky.
HD.
Okay.
Everybody who used HD, gain 5 more hit points.
Hey.
Hey.
So, Emmanuel, have to do that?
Yeah, just
you-
drag that 5 onto yourself.
The, yeah.
Combat.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
60.
There you go.
That works too. Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna hit the short rest button. Click.
Alright.
It's like I never used those spells to try to harm my friends.
As you guys set down to take your final rest, preparing to head out the top, trying to come up with whatever plans you feel you're gonna do. Does anybody want to quickly spend the short rest attuning to anything?
Oh, right. Yes, I want to attune to the new wand.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I'll attune to that book that Miriam. I'm kidding.
Wand of the War Mage.
Yeah, and I'll have to unattune to my enhanced arcane focus.
Okay. You do so. You'll gain a +3 to your spell attacks.
Oh my goodness.
Does your enhanced heckin' your boy, is that still applied?
No, because I'm pretty sure a regular magic wand
why did I do that?
isn't a magic item, but this like +3
Yes.
magic wand is, so I can't infuse it.
Okay. So you have to choose between them. Cool. Changing that to a 3. And then
Just yank it out of the end of my pistol, slot in the new wand.
Yep, totally.
Nice.
You then
Alright.
cock it.
Hell yeah.
Let's
And
make some magic.
there you go. Does anybody else want to attune to anything? Like for example, Wrench, do you want to attune to the Helm of Brilliance?
Right.
Do it. Do it.
So that you can use its effects.
He's gone.
You're not, baby. You're on mute.
I've been saying stuff.
I heard
I got that on my finger scare, fuck yeah.
I just heard a faraway oh.
Do you wanna attune to that so you can use it?
Yeah. I thought I was actually reading it, the stuff about it, and I thought I had it like attuned already. But yeah. How do I do that?
I did it for you. And with that, with you guys preparing to go upstairs, you guys finishing your rest, that is where we're going to stop for today.
We did it.
7:45.
Sorry, Aaron.
What?
I let us go a little bit longer today because we missed a week. YouTube side, we're already going a bit late. We don't have much to add at the end here, so we're gonna take off from the YouTube side. So we'll see you guys next time we see ya.
Yeah. Audi toast, you're loved and appreciated, or like whatever.
Bye.